We are live! What's up, everybody? Hey!
Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
We're
back!
The regular crew is here. Welcome to our regular campaign for the STDs. And today is a very special game because it is one of the final games that we're playing as a charity fundraiser for the Trevor Project. If you are not familiar with the Trevor Project, they are an organization, a charitable organization that works with the LGBTQIA plus community, particularly with youth 25 and under, to help gain access to mental health resources, talk about suicide prevention, train allies, heighten awareness. This is a very special charity. This is something that we wanted to do for a long time. We have been running games since Friday night. We have this game today. We have Chris Ulrin there is going to be streaming some video games. What are you playing this afternoon?
I'm going to be playing Satisfactory for a bit. We're going to be terraforming an alien planet. So I already kind of started a little bit. Kind of started production, the slow parts of it. So we'll see how that goes for a while. If not, I might play Fixer Upper, which is kind of like anything you see on HGTV. So, like, literally, it's just home improvement stuff. So
I love it.
We'll see how it goes.
3 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around in there. Okay, so for an hour or so, he'll be doing that. So if you want to just come hang out and chill, that's a good way to do that. We've been running D&D all weekend, so that will be a nice little just more chill stream. Very cool. Oh no, we lost camera. Okay, there's back again. And then tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are running our final D&D one-shot with Blake, Becca from the Dice Girls, and Gwen, and they're going to be playing a one-shot called The Crypts of Azaroom. It's kind of an Indiana Jones style dungeon delve. So, again, all in the name of the Trevor Project. If you go to our Twitter, at terrible_party, you will see the links to donate. We are at, unless it has changed, we are at $735 of a $750 goal. We are $15 away from the goal. If you have $1 to spare, please consider donating. If you don't have the money to spare, we totally understand. A lot of us have been in that position. We totally get it. If you can just retweet and help raise awareness, we really want to raise this money because it's $750. That's our goal. We also have a sweet giveaway, some dice from our friends at Dice Envy, a D&D 5e starter kit, and I might throw some extra dice in there. Plus, I have a really awesome poster from the Art and Arcana D&D book. We'll send that out. All of our giveaways, except for the $750, are live. Sigrid, do you want to do your spiel there?
I can try.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. First giveaway is dice from Dice. Second giveaway is books by James Wilson, which are both signed by him and the artist. There's 3 books, and the third one is a set from Murder Hobo Inc., which is like perfect for like a one shot with like both. I think it was both like story dice stuff. And that's all 3 of them. And if you check our pin tweet, you'll find a thread with links to original tweets. Just retweet that one, and and follow the rules that are on like the picture.
Yeah. That's super easy. It. I mean, we have very few entries right now on all the giveaways. Your chances to win something totally free that I will ship from my house. I will send it anywhere
and they're
in
all
the world.
International.
Anywhere. I'll send it anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm already sending dice.
Not the moon.
Not the don't send not the moon.
Oh dang!
Darn! I'm
even all the way to Australia.
All the way to Australia. If someone enters and wins from there, I will ship that bad boy out. So. Enter. It's super easy to do it. Thank you to our friends at Dice Envy, Murder Hobo Inc., and Philbar RPG, a Heartfellas on Twitter who donated a shit ton of dice, James Wilson, our friend James Wilson, who played in a one-shot and donated the books, our friends at Nerd Asylum and Joseph Timmis, thank you, because they have given us a wonderful stretch goal for $1,000. If we raise $1,000 by the end of today, I might squeak it to the beginning of tomorrow. We'll see what happens. If we raise $1,000, they will be giving away one copy of the deluxe edition of the Chronicles of Exandria, Volume 2. The second Critical Role art book. It's the deluxe edition. It has the fake leather cover with the gorgeous art of Vecna on the cover that was designed by Lorem Ipsum. It's incredible. Critters, get on that shit, because from $750 to $1,000 isn't a lot. We can definitely get there. So thank you again, everybody who's participated, all of our wonderful guests. My God. All the people who came to play games with us and messaged us and wanted to volunteer their time to play for the Trevor Project. We love you. We appreciate you. You all are excellent. Be good to each other. Ready to
Also, thank you to everyone who watched.
Which one?
No, thank you to everyone who's been watching.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Thank you to everyone who's been watching and following along.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I was thinking last night.
Uh-oh.
So far we have gotten $735 donated to the Trevor Project, which is amazing and a little bit difficult to put in perspective. How much money is $735? So I took 5 minutes, and for that much money, you could buy 24 players' handbooks. You could buy 46 holographic nail polishes, and they're pretty expensive. You could buy 147 suspenders on Amazon. That's amazing. You could buy 223 EOS lip balms. That's pretty great. You'll never have dry lips again. But you can also buy 570 tacos at Taco Bell. But instead, they're going to the Trevor Project, who, quite frankly, need the money a little bit more.
All the tacos.
I really want some tacos now.
I know!
And some lip balm.
Oh my God.
Or you could buy 730 items at the dollar store.
You can.
It's true. Sam, oh my God. that's
Anything.
amazing. Bless your heart.
I think you
Oh
broke me.
my God. Secret's lost. We just lost her. She's done. She's toast.
Yeah.
You found that out in 5 minutes? Dang, that's some impressive
It
research.
doesn't take long. Yeah, it doesn't take long. I'm a fast researcher.
Neither does donating to the Trevor Project.
Yeah, you can probably do it
Yeah.
faster than it took Sam to figure all of this out.
You know, I think it takes about, I would say it takes about 90 seconds to donate.
There you
If
go.
you're slow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all.
Well, hell.
Well,
I
hell.
think we're done.
Well,
I think we're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end
So,
of the stream.
so you're welcome for that, and I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. That was amazing. You just
It
pulled a
puts things
Sam
in
Regal.
Yeah.
Sam is our Sam. Sam is our Sam.
Sam is our Sam. She's our
You know,
official
it's a
announcer now for
prophecy.
these things. You
You
have
know,
to now
every-
come up
all
with
good
a
needs a
every
Sam.
time we play.
After
Every time
Marble
we play, you have
leaves,
to
every
do a new
session.
spiel.
Yep.
Yeah. After Marble
Yes.
leaves, I have to come in every game for 5 minutes just to do something
Yeah.
weird and then leave.
Yeah, you're hired.
I think we need to. Wait, I can't pay them. Hold on a second. I'm broken. Okay. Let's do this shit. All right. So, bring it down. All right. So, last game. Found out a few things. The party has been on track to try to rescue Eilisia's parents from a kind of mysterious figure known as the Imperialist. He is trying to revive the area known as the ruins of Onoa. Onoa was the first major human civilization in Tal'Dorei. It was a dock city. It was a major shipping port. And eventually, after the calamity, it fell into ruin. And so there's not much there. The party went to the ruins They met with the Imperialist. Eilissia tried to talk to her mother. That didn't go so great. Did speak to her father through a dream spell a couple of times. And then the party took the job that the Imperialist originally wrote to them about, which was to go, as you can see on the map here, go into this temple that is sinking into the muck in the jungles near Daggerbay and rescue lost history. He's willing to pay them. He's offered them an advance. He seems frighteningly reasonable, which has kind of set the party on edge a little bit. They trekked into the jungle.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Some of the worst villains are the ones who sound the most reasonable. And they had a strange encounter with koala-looking beasts that rend armor and weapons, and also met with a turtle named Captain Sid and her little gnome scout named Eggs. Everybody ready? Eggs.
Hello, dears.
Eggs.
It's so good to be here.
So Julia is coming to us from Australia. Her internet is out, so we can hear her. We just can't see her. Yay! But she's with us.
But you can see Sid's lovely token. Like,
Yes, you
just
can.
imagine the most badass turtle sorcerer ever, and there you go.
And they have, of course, with them their Tabaxi friends, Lost Marble, played by the amazing Sam, who just gave us that great intro, who makes all those faces, and her fellow Tabaxi Seven Storms. So they've trekked into this temple. They took a leap of blind faith to get there. And they've figured out that it's a temple to Ioun, but there are also strange symbols that seem to indicate that somehow Istis is involved. They met with some Cyclops. They found some items, and now they're standing right here in the middle of this, on the first floor to this temple, and they're not sure whether they're going to be going up or down or where the next level might be. And this, it's almost a mobile type device. It's slowly, all of these little planets and symbols rotate in their own direction. And they've noticed that there are 4 empty slots where some kind of orb, they found one, should be fitted into this thing. So, with all of that said, you guys are watching this thing rotate, and you haven't explored a lot of the rest of this ground floor of the temple, so what would you like to do?
Should we all split in
Let's go get some balls.
Yeah, because should we all split in different direction and go get the balls? Should we split the party?
That doesn't seem... Did we put one of them in, didn't we? The one that we'd found is now in its...
The orange one, yes, and it fit
Right.
into this one at the top here. So that arm has now started to rotate slowly.
So we're missing 3 balls, and there's 3 ways we can go from this room. Is that right?
Mhm.
Yep, there are 3 sets of stairs. 1 north, 1 east, and 1 south. The Cyclops that you encountered, who didn't seem to want to pick a fight, they were looking for something too, went south and disappeared.
Should we start north and just go clockwise?
Yep, I'm clearly in charge. Everyone follow me. Yeah, just head off north.
Everybody.
Well then.
All right, have you heard? We're following the dragon person now. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Hey, boss. Look, here's the
Yeah.
problem though. Isn't he not on the list though?
Well, will be his chance to prove himself. Let's see how he makes himself as a leader. I mean, of course, we don't need a leader. You have me. But, maybe he could still be useful somehow. Let's watch him and see what he does. Observe very closely.
You got it. Observe closely. And she puts these little glasses on. She goes, I got my glasses on. I can see now.
Don't kill them. Just keep whispering. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Oh, God. So... going down the stairs into the room that's north, it looks like a battle happened here, possibly long ago. The weapons, you don't even need to really go up to any of them. They're brittle, they're rusting, they're shattered into several pieces. There are 2 doors off of this room that are closed, big stone slab doors that you've encountered in other areas of the temple, but both of the slabs are shut.
Can I investigate the weapons and stuff and see what century or how old they are, when they were made about Ish.
Sure. Do you want to make a history check for me?
Sure.
Awesome.
I want to look around on the ground for any balls.
Yeah, I wanna do that too.
Investigation check. Anybody who wants
And I'm
to
rolling the
Oh,
rainbow
God.
dice
Rainbow
in support of the
dice!
Trevor
For the
Project.
Trevor Project!
Go
Yay!
Hey! I rolled an 11.
Ah.
Sid and X are going to look too.
Okay.
Okay.
19.
Alright.
I got a 12 for history
Okay.
on the weapon.
Got it.
Sid only got a 6 on investigation, but X got a 14.
14. Okay, so we'll go with the 19 investigation check. Eilissia, you are not seeing anything that would indicate there's water. You kind of, move the water around a little bit with your foot. It's mostly just debris. A couple gold pieces float up. They look ancient. And combining Ulrin's history check with the other investigation checks, you find 5 gold. But these gold pieces are stamped with some symbol you've never seen before. And they don't look like the modern gold that's used in currency in Tal'Dorei. There is nothing here to indicate... These weapons have been here for a very long time, I can give you that. When you touch them, Ulrin, some of them almost just dissolve in your hands. The water and time and rust have gotten to them, and so now your fingers are coated in this dark red-brown rust. Eggs kind of sees that the doors, you could probably push on them a little bit and get them open. They don't look like they're locked.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. I was going to say, I guess I'll push one of the doors open.
Okay. There's one on the left and one on the right.
Let's take the left.
Take the left door.
Her access goes to whichever one she doesn't push and pushes that instead.
Got it. So those 2 doors open. These rooms are... Let me try to open this up here. These rooms are largely identical. They look like a dormitory of some kind. You can enter. There's no danger here. The beds are broken. The wood is pulpy that made up the bed frame. Looks like they had small dressers in them. Someone lived here, but whoever it was is long gone.
Can I check the
In the bedroom,
dressers?
what about you?
What was that, Sid?
Can I check? Wait, am I in the room with the dressers?
Both rooms have small pieces of
they both
furniture in
look.
them.
They both look kind of same. Yeah, same really. Doesn't look like much treasure here. Quite disappointing.
Just
No balls
check
either.
the drawers.
Right.
As soon as you touch them, the wood just crumbles. There's nothing here.
What is the symbol on the gold pieces, the 5 that we found?
Oh, hold on. It's in my notes. I was like, wait, hold on. Do I know that? It's in my notes. Where'd it go? It looks like an arrow with a feather on the back of it.
I rolled the history check to see if I've seen that before.
Sure.
Uh, 19.
19. No, it doesn't seem to have any meaning to you. Even with all of your reading and your knowledge, the best guess you have, and this is just an educated guess off of what you know about this temple and where it's located, is that it may have belonged to a civilization that's long gone. Okay. Where are you going? What you doing?
You know, that 5 gold pieces could really go to the Trevor Project.
Hey.
Any
guys.
gold is good for donation, guys.
That's
Even
right.
ancient gold from old civilizations.
We are $15 away, you all. We are $15 away. If you have $1 to throw at this, we would love to hit our goal by the end of game.
Well, don't throw it. Like, you have to go into the website and
You can't just
like
throw a dollar
you have
at
to
the
fill out your
screen.
name, put in $1 donation, and then put your be sure and put your twit handle. I think that's what the kids call it these days. Your twit handle.
Yeah, totally.
You put
That's what we call it.
you put some handles. Handlebars
On your twit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
On
my
your
God.
twit.
I
Be
will
sure
I will say
Or-
that if
Orange
someone
so old.
donates the $15, I'll say this because I still have dice left over. If someone donates the $15, leave a comment in your donation. If you donate that $15 and get us to the goal, I will send you dice, and then just either message us your address on Twitter or send it to smallterribledragonborn@gmail.com. I will send you dice out. I still have some. So,
Ooh.
offers out there.
Is this
What a
open for the
great
players?
deal.
No.
I went dice. But no, everyone else should donate to the Trevor Project.
But you know,
Support
that's
a
a
great
great
cause.
deal because you give to charity and you get free dice.
And I'll send them anywhere.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
It
And
is.
it's anywhere. Doesn't matter if you live in a cave on Antarctica or something. It's
Oh,
gonna
boy.
Yeah.
gonna come to you.
Hallie
Yes.
will get those guys to you. She'll deliver them personally.
Oh,
Yes,
God!
That's how dedicated
So if,
she is to this.
I wish.
So if there's any penguins watching, we can ship the dice to you. It's no problem.
Yeah.
This is chaos. Okay, so
Yeah.
the stairs
I'll
going
go down the stairs.
east out of this room. Okay, so into that room. This room is starting to see encroaching water. There's another statue of a woman here, but it's actually it looks like a child. And her hands are out in that same position, and you can see markings where something should be fitting into her hands. You also do
I
see
walk up and study the statue.
Okay. There are two spots here on the floor that don't look like the same kind of stone. I'm going to have the Forge Cleric roll an investigation check for me.
Yay!
Yay! I'm going to move eggs and 7 in here.
Are there any like spots in the room where it looks like there's like water and you could investigate under the water to see if it goes deeper, like with a tunnel or something?
Is this
Water
what am I
in the
investigating?
corners. You're looking at, and I'm having you do this because you are probably the most mechanically minded of the party. These two spots, they almost look like you could get your hands into where the stone is grated and kind of ground down, and you bend down and you pull with an 18 and you start to pull on the stone and it's not quite giving. There is some kind of compartment here, but you haven't unlocked it.
Oh, so it's like a cover of something, right?
Yeah, think of almost like a manhole cover, but you can't quite lift it.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's locked. It's probably a locking mechanism on it or something
There's
that we haven't unlocked
some
yet.
way to unlock it, yes.
Can I go investigate this statue that's right across from it?
You sure can. Anybody who wants to take a closer look at the statue can roll investigation.
Should I investigate or should I
I'm checking.
do I get stone cunning on this or
I'll give
since
you
it's
stone cunning on it, yeah.
okay? Should I roll history or investigation?
Roll investigation.
Okay.
I also check if
I
it's
wanna-
possible.
Yeah, I also want.
Yeah, anyone who
I look
wants
at the
to...
statue.
Yeah.
Yes, Sigrid, you can tweet that out.
Dirty 20, and I'll tweet that out.
Dirty 20.
Yay. I'll also investigate the
3.
statue
Go for it.
and see especially how valuable it is. Is it light enough that we could get it out of here? Like that kind of stuff interests me. Damn it,
7
that's
doesn't
only
have any investigation.
that's a 7. Yikes.
Yeesh. Okay. With the combination of the Dirty 20 from Eilissia and Ulrin's 17 with the stone cunning, her hands are waiting on something spherical.
How big is the sphere? Like, is it the size of like a fist or head or like?
So, her hands are out. They're spaced kind of like this. And sorry, Julie, I shouldn't say that when you can't see. I'm realizing that now. And you notice that there are grooves on like the index finger, and there's grooves on the pinky finger. It looks like you could put different sized spheres into this statue.
Oh, she wants all the balls.
Eggs? If you say that, Sid, Eggs leans over and is laughing so hard and snort laughing, just like I would be. It's like, hey, boss. What the hell, boss, Willie?
I knew you'd like that one.
I want a druid craft like a ball of flowers.
Okay.
Just like flowers and some buds and stuff. And then I try to place it in her hands to see if something happens.
Interesting. Make a religion check for me.
Pretty close. Yeah.
-1.
Whoa.
I am your god.
So that's like a 19, right? It just goes like...
Yeah, it goes backwards.
Amazing.
20 minus 1, 19. Got it.
It just keeps going, yeah.
I also like how Roll20 puts it in bright red. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you done fucked up. No.
I don't know if they can see my roll, but I rolled a nat 1, and my modifier is -2. So...
Oh, shit. Okay, so the flowers, the instant they touch the stone, I would have done anything different if you hadn't rolled a nat 1. And they just kind of sit there, and then they melt. And as they melt, you hear them die.
No.
Good job.
Just like a lone tear goes down her cheek.
First death of the stream.
Oh, God.
Donate $15 in memory of those flowers. They were too good for this
Oh,
world.
God.
So, what do you guys want to do?
If that hadn't happened, I would have put my focus on scrying, which is like a ball in it, but I can't do that now because I don't want to lose it.
Not if you're all a natural 1, yeah. That's...
Is there anything weird with the panel between those two, like, sunk containers, or is that just the map? This, like...
The stone there is different. It looks like it could maybe open.
Just takes out the Istus symbol again, and it's just, like, randomly pressing it against the wall. Like,
Okay.
it's worked with the other doors. I don't...
Okay, yeah, when you do that, the door and pushes inward.
I did a thing.
He whispers quietly into the dusty room.
You hear Egg scribbling as she takes notes on your evaluation form.
Job performance review. Yeah, there's a secret panel. It's not quite a room. And there is a bookshelf set into the wall with several dusty scrolls and what looks like a map case.
Ooh. Can I take the map case?
Mm-hmm. It's heavy, dark red leather. Kind of just slick from all the moisture down here, but it looks like it's maybe protected whatever's inside.
Okay, Sid starts I start to open it, but then I take a moment to think, and then I toss it over to Naraxis and I say, "You are the leader now." So go for it.
She's like nods, like, of course I am. Looks at it for a minute, and then just hands it to Eilissia. Like, I don't know.
Well,
there's scrolls and maps and stuff. Here you go. Like, I don't
so the
delegate.
map is actually something that might be of use to you guys in your current situation. It is a map of the city of Onoa when it was built and whole. Details a rather metropolitan area with a large dock, several buildings in the middle of the city. It was kind of built on a grid, And in the middle of the city, what looks like government buildings, and then civilian areas, and then it looks like a heavy fortified wall on the outside of the city to keep the creatures of the jungle at bay, and just inside the wall, barracks and guard towers, that kind of thing. It was at one point, you can understand a little bit now why the Imperialist is so fascinated by the ruins, because it was probably the cradle of civilization at that time.
This is definitely something I think the Imperialists would want.
Is it a treasure map?
I mean, maybe
Is it a treasure map?
Is one of those government buildings the treasury? That'd be
There-
like a...
Is there any
There-
X's on the map?
Yeah.
No.
It's not a treasure map.
I'm assuming someone opens the scrolls.
The
There were scrolls in this little
Oh.
hidden room too.
Does it
Oh, yeah.
say?
if there were scrolls.
They go to it, yeah.
There you go. Several of them document ancient history. It looks like someone's detailing what was going on at the time. It's ancient history of Taldore. It documents part of the Jurassic Wars. And the last one shows a diagram of the statues that you're finding of different ages of a woman, a child, an old woman. The other one is looks like a woman in her prime. And you see that there are 4 colored orbs drawn to the side. One is orange, one is blue, one is dark red, and one is green. And the scroll documents how you fit those orbs into the hands of the statue to unlock other compartments in the rooms.
Does it say anything about the thingy where we put the orange orb, the constellation looking
It
thingy?
does not.
This is says where the orbs are located.
Nope.
Does it look like the statue in this room is similar to the one over in the west room? Like does it look similarly to where it's like reaching out in the same like mechanical structure to where it's like it needs to hold spheres and
Yes.
so it may activate other things?
Yes.
Does it say which orb goes with which statue?
It does not. It documents that the statues could hold all of the orbs, and that depending on which one you put, that you put into the hands of the different statues, you could unlock different things.
Oh, so you could put multiple orbs in the hands of one statue?
You could switch them out.
Oh, okay, but one statue can always only hold one orb at a
Correct.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
I
And
don't
we left the
even
orange.
want to know what is making Sigrid laugh, but
Nothing.
Balls.
Well, it's just balls.
ball.
Cradling balls.
Oh boy.
Just-
Here we go.
It's just another
Cupping-
Sunday morning. Cradle some balls. Amen.
Cupping balls with the STDs.
Oh no.
Is that the top tip? Cupping balls with STDs.
I'm slightly concerned. I mean, we are looking for unusual lumps. That's not...
We probably shouldn't. Yeah, that's true. Usual lumps, but if they have STDs, you probably shouldn't touch them.
Oh.
So into the Trevor Project, guys.
Yeah. It's probably a
Oh,
printed
So
out.
while they have been doing productive things,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm onto something with this statue because the flowers went so great. So, because like the hands are like cupped like this, not like connecting, right?
Right. They're
Yeah.
expectantly waiting something.
But are they like this or like this? Like, are they like? Okay. So Marble is gonna put like one hand under, and then one hand over, and cast Produce Flame to make a ball of flame
Oh
in her hands.
my god. Why is it
Because
That's
this
gonna
is
go well.
clearly
Why
a
is
great
it always
idea.
a fireball with stone with you fuckers? Why?
no,
What is
it's
going
Produce
on?
Flame. It's
I
Produce
didn't do it.
Flame.
Yeah, that wasn't me this time.
It's
Okay.
Produce Flame. It's
So
a cantrip. It's great.
you do this. You put one hand on top
Yeah.
and one hand on bottom. So there,
Yeah, I
the
do.
entire. Yeah, you do. And you produce flame, and nothing happens.
Oh, good.
You
Phew.
all die. No, nothing happens. It just A little bit of fire.
TPK.
It hits the stone and just goes out.
Nothing happens, you're just dead.
Everyone's dead.
If you want to save the STDs from this terrible fate, donate $15 to the Trail Project and they get resurrected.
The shilling, good lord.
I love all of you so much.
Donate $50 and Haley will bring Elisha's mom's memories back.
Oh, my.
Oh, well, now, I can't sell part of the story. That's not how that works.
Okay.
That is.
So,
And I will bother
any,
Haley
like-
until she does that.
No.
are the walls made of like natural stone, or is it like
Yes.
carved and placed there?
It's a mixture of both. You can definitely tell that they had to build this structure, but it also looks like they respected the stone and the natural formation of it, so they carved what they needed to in order to create walls and flooring. But there are still some rough places. It's like when you see, at least in this area where I live, there's a lot of sandstone. And you can use it to build things, but a lot of the time they leave the natural kind of the texture to it to make it look really cool.
Okay.
So
How many of the statues have we seen so far of the 4? Have we seen all of them?
you've seen 3.
It's in 3.
3, okay. And we left the orange ball back at the thingy, right?
You did.
In the machine, yeah.
So technically we could just grab the ball and put it into each statue's hand we've seen so far and see if something happens.
We have tried one of them. I think I both the first one, second.
We haven't tried this
I
one
think.
in this room, right? Because we don't have the orb.
You have not.
Yeah, we'll put it in the machine for now. The device.
The device.
Yeah, which
Well,
is not mentioned in
clearly-
any of the scrolls.
Clearly, this statue isn't working because I've been doing everything right. So maybe we should just move on.
So, Neuraxis has moved up
Yeah.
into the next room.
Yep.
And what you see there, I'm going to move Sid and Eggs along here on the map.
Yay!
Did someone grab... Okay, thank you. Someone grab Volcar. This room... Oops, sorry. I didn't reveal everything. Stops. It looks like water... It looks like there was a slight collapse of the wall here. And it's... So the half-collapsed wall is bearing part of what you can get past here. There was a crypt of some kind here. It's been smashed to pieces. And then stairs lead back up to the central room where the device is.
Another discoloured floor thing.
Yep. Another compartment of some kind.
Yeah.
But it looks like the room is supposed to be bigger or continue.
Yeah, at one point it looks like it should have gone on, because from what you can tell of the construction, just from walking around this main floor of the temple, it should have all connected. But there was some kind of collapse here, and you can't get to the other side from this direction. You'll have to find another route.
Well, if we want to clear this, I have stone shape.
I mean, the last statue might be through here, maybe, because we've been round the...
Or maybe some hidden treasure, or maybe a really old lady lives down that way, and she's been trapped there and been very lonely for a long time.
While I am all about treasure and old ladies, I suggested maybe the beautifully armored dwarf here takes a look at the construction of this room first to see if we get rid of the debris, if it doesn't all come crashing down on our beautiful heads.
That is true.
That is actually smart.
Because then we can get the treasure and the lady will continue to be alone and sad.
Yeah.
And what a loss that would be for the world.
What do you want to
Can I do it?
You want
Is
to
it safe?
shape?
Can I do it?
Olren, this isn't going to fall on our heads, is it?
Can I do some kind of check to see if it'll fall on our heads?
Yeah, make an investigation. Actually, make a perception check and use your stone cunning. Add your proficiency. All that jazz.
Okay. Natural 20.
Woo! If
28.
if Marble were to go this direction, directly south in Stone Shape, that would probably be the most direct route. If you were to try to mess with this wall over here to the kind of the southeast, or almost due east, that might be dangerous. That looks a little more shaky. This looks like you would have to, Marble would have to Stone Shape less. And 2, this hasn't been hit by so much water.
So I think this way is clearly the best place to do it. Looks really safe and good.
So I'll like walk up there and I'll take my hammer and just kind of like tap on it. And, don't think that's pretty solid actually. And I'll just keep tapping and tapping and hear like the get a little bit hollower and hollower.
Okay.
And I'll like walk down to here. Like I think that if you do it right here, it should be good to go straight through. Maybe might try here first.
I'll try first, and then I go to the other place if this doesn't work. Clearly, I use my Stone Shape.
Okay.
Yep, and I try to open like a door, not like extremely wide, but just enough so that we can walk through.
Got it. Okay.
Or squeeze through, crawl through. I don't know how much stone.
You can make a door enough that you know. Most of you should be able to go through without any problems. Sid might have to turn sideways to get the shell through, but
The shell always gets in the way, but it's so beautiful.
Aww. You watch Marble just kind of, it's almost like she pushes her hands into the wall and then there's a door. So it actually leads
Ta-da!
into this room. So you guys can move down there.
Uh-huh.
One last
Squeeze
step.
through.
Yep, I'll move you guys along here. Sorry, Eilissia, didn't mean to grab yours.
That was
She's like grabbing tokens.
I run up to the statue and immediately try the Druidcraft again.
You were right about saving the old lonely lady.
Make
There's another
a
statue.
religion check.
Shit.
You're in a temple.
Want some help?
1!
Oh my god.
It's
But
not
then-
in that one. Not in that one. I rolled a 3.
At least it's a positive number.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
I rolled a 3, and then it's -2, so it's a
Clearly
1.
this is not your forte. Alright.
Nope.
The flowers don't scream and die in agony. They just sit there.
Yay!
It's very pretty. And then eventually they just kind of disappear. Nothing happens.
I think I'm onto something. They didn't melt this time.
So I want to make you guys aware of what this statue looks like. It's got that same pose, hands out, waiting for some kind of spherical object. This is a statue of the old woman again. Sitting on this compartment here is an object. So this is a raised pillar. There is a orb sitting on. It's not quite an orb. It's almost a. I shouldn't say orb. It's almost like a. It looks like a box, kind of, but it's clear on 2 sides, and on the other 2 sides you see colors swirling around.
Sorry, what's swirling around on the other side?
Just colors. It's just this little like rainbow of colors dancing around. Either on the surface of the box or you're not sure. You're not sure what. It's clearly magical. It's just sitting there. I cannot believe no
Lita,
one's
what
touching
should we do?
this.
It's like I can hear Hazel in my head telling me not to.
Good thing she's not here.
Right?
Yeah. Sid turns to Norexus and says, "Well, leader, what should we do?"
That's alright. We have protocol for this. Step 1, mage hand. Just like
Okay.
it's like tapping the like see-through side and then the energy side, like making sure it doesn't zap him in any way with the mage hand. He's like, okay, we have a test for this. Let's
Sid says,
just...
"Oh, you are showing more restraint than I thought. I pegged you for the type who would just rush in and grab random magic card effects. Huh. That gives him a couple of points."
Yeah, you got it, boss. Yeah, you're right. She's like Sotovos at this point. She's not being Sotovos. She's like, I kind of thought that he'd just run in and would like put it on his head or something, and then
Yeah, or something stupid like that. I mean,
He just like adjusts the bracer on his arm to cover like fresh. Like,
with Mage Hand on this object, it can pick it up. It's very light. It almost looks like it's made out of glass, and the colors are just swirling around on the inside. Nothing happens.
Can Eilissia walk up and make an like history investigation arcana check? Whatever
Arcana?
you want.
Arcana.
All of the above.
All of the
All
above.
the checks. All the
History,
checks.
They're
Arcana,
all the same.
They're all the
Just-
same.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
And I probably touch it if I see it looks.
Yeah, it doesn't strike you as dangerous. Never seen anything like it before. I can't quite give you the card yet because no one's identified it. But as soon as you touch it, what color are Eilisia's eyes?
Blue, I think I have the draw.
The colors
Can
immediately
double check.
absolutely are a perfect match
They're
for her eyes. As soon as you touch it, the colors
Whoa.
turn blue.
that's kind of creepy.
That's weird.
that is weird.
You put it down.
I'm gonna like.
The colors go
No,
back to rainbow. Just saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna find like Lost Marble. I'm gonna put it in Lost Marble's hands.
What color are marbles?
Yeah.
eyes?
Oh, her eyes are very, very green.
Very, very green. The colors inside this box turn very, very green. Perfect match.
Cool. What does this do?
I take it out of Lost Marble's hands
Okay.
and just like hold it out and see if anyone else has any idea what you should do.
I wonder what it'd do if the mask of many faces and change the colour of his eyes, and then touch the box.
Oh, interesting. And Neuraxis's eyes are.
Like they're normally yellow, like Smorg eyes, but he just like changes them to
Okay.
green.
Even
blue, and
changing
it's
them,
like, doop.
they go to that pure yellow gold that matches Neuraxis.
Can't fool the box.
That might be useful. He like blinks and his eyes turn back.
Okay.
So can we open the box, or is just the box the item?
I try and open it.
Is it a
There's
cube
no
or a...
lid. There's no way that you see any kind of. It's a solid. It's strange because you would expect this to, if it was forged traditionally by a glass blower, it would have seams. This has no seams to it. It is a pure, just box of what looks and feels like glass. It's very light, but the colors swirling inside of it are tuning to you somehow as soon as someone touches it.
Want to try and identify it, Ulrin?
Sure, I'll give it a go. And I'll walk up and I guess place my hand on it and cast Identify.
Cast Identify. Card is in the handout. It's called the Orb of the Arcane Eye. Orb that looks like pardon me, I put the wrong word on there. It's not a sphere, it's a box. You attune it, takes on the color and the features of the wielder's eye, and this eye can be put in a location either physically or fixed. You can attach it to a belt, and then you can use the eye any number of times per day. It's kind of like casting clairvoyance.
Holy shit, that's awesome and creepy.
Odd little object.
Amazing.
Cool.
Very strange.
It is very strange, yes.
Very strange.
That,
Have
that
I
might
heard about
be useful.
anything like this before, considering my delving into the arcane arts, and especially divination as this is?
Yeah. It is definitely an object of divination. The construction of this, along with what Olrin just got from Identify, this speaks to a different kind of magic you've never really seen before. It is a particular, we'll say, branch of divination that you've never read about, you've never studied. It seems otherworldly.
I give X a sign that we might take that later. She knows it.
Got it. Alright.
I wonder if Oh No was like a surveillance state.
Big Brother?
I will remind you, you are in a temple to Ioun.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was all about spying on things.
Well,
big sister.
Mistress of knowledge and sees
Yeah.
all.
sees all being there.
Everything.
No secrets.
It's like Santa.
Yeah.
Where it's,
Oh.
This is so festive.
You better watch out. You
You
better watch
better
out.
watch
You
out.
better watch out. You better watch out.
No.
Oh god, the astrolabe is a crisp, put all the colours in.
This is Santa's secret hideout.
Oh god, what have we done? This is summer vacation. He just like
But guys, remember, even Santa can donate to the Trevor Project,
good lord.
and if he wins the giveaways, we'll send them to him.
Yeah.
If you want to raise some of your naughty points from Santa's list, very much like X list, then you could like donate for a good cause, and like, you know, maybe you'll get something better than a piece of coal. Not implying that any of our listeners are on the naughty list, of course, but you know,
just in case.
they
Just
might
in
be,
case.
Oh my god.
just in case.
You guys are gonna never leave this fucking temple.
Nope.
Now it's cozy here.
We live here
Should
now.
we continue
Yeah.
up the stairs?
I'll go take a peek.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh god.
What?
Ah, that's fun.
Oh, Jesus.
Immediately puts a hand up like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Just based on my party's reaction, I'm gonna assume there's some monsters or something. In there.
I'll send you a picture.
It's like a
Whoa!
plant
Oh my god!
thing. There's
Oh,
point
how fun.
sharp vines. That or
Yep.
it's a giant mind flayer.
This room
This-
is dominated by a large thorny
Ooh.
plant. Its entire it's like a
Thank
bark-like a skin on it. It's black and it's dripping with some kind of foul-smelling ichor.
Yikes!
I want to carefully try to closer and try to inspect it to see if it's like.
Haley
if it's a
has
sick
favorite enemy.
plant.
Yeah, I will also remember Alicia's favorite enemy now is plants.
I have a favorite enemy and it's plants.
Oh yeah!
Plants
Think
are my
it's
favorite
Just
terrain,
by
just
a
like under
weird
their all runs.
fucking coincidence.
Elijah gets really mad all of a sudden.
Oh my God.
Get really angry at this plant for no reason.
Marble, go ahead and make a nature
Oh.
check for me.
Ooh, I'm 9.
What the shit? What are your rolls? That's a kitty. Hi, kitty. Oh.
Hi, kitty.
What's the kitty's name?
Aristotle.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's a great name.
amazing.
Oh.
Okay, so with a 9, Marble, it looks like if you try to walk by that thing, you're going to take damage.
Guys, the plant is angry.
I will say, even with a 9, I'll give you this, it is not sentient.
Huh?
It's not sentient. It's not like it's going to... You've gotten
Oh.
within 10 feet of it, it's not attacked you. It's
Oh,
just
so it's
growing.
just vine.
It's just growing here.
Ah.
Oh. Does it? But is it like blocking the entire floor, or can we
Yep.
like squeeze past it?
It is
Okay.
blocking the entire. Even eggs couldn't get past it.
Okay, so I turn to the group with very big eyes,
Oh no.
and I just smile.
Oh no.
I can remove it.
Here it goes.
Remove it how, Marble?
Don't.
I say
can
go
do
for it.
I mean, we have to get past somehow. Oh, what?
Does this
can help
like
you.
vine thing look craftable? Like, can I take it and like take some thorns, or like, are the thorns like, I don't know, look useful before we
not
burn?
particularly.
Okay,
Me,
fine.
Not particularly.
I'm fine.
This just looks like a plant that took advantage of the collapsed room, the water, the environment.
Okay, people. 2 big steps back. Marble, do your thing. No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go like fucking ham on the plant with produce flame. Just like having the time of my life. Just
Classic druid
Oh.
behavior.
I was also just gonna say, aren't you?
Oh, marble.
Yeah.
And even Seven is in the background going, I don't think that's a very good idea, because it is not a very good idea. Fire makes this thing grow. So when you light it on fire,
Kind of figured those.
the vines kind of start to stretch out to you, and I need you to make a dexterity save as the ichor goes flying
Nice.
and ignites.
Oh, that's amazing.
Haley, can I roll an intelligence check if I can recall information about this and figure out if it's then vulnerable to ice? And what did you roll, Sam?
You sure can. Make a dex save.
No, I'm just double checking that I don't have any stuff and things as it's Baxi. Dex saving throw.
I haven't even looked yet. I will look in just a second. Dear God. What
It was nice playing with you guys.
is going on with your rolls? Okay.
It's been really nice.
You get sprayed by this ichor. The ichor on the floor ignites, and you're gonna take some acid damage. Nope. Wrong. That's a D8, not a D6. You take 15 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And it burns part of your fur off on your neck, and you backpedal real fast to get out of the way. This plant is now creeping into the area the hallway that you guys are in, and there is fire.
Is it on fire?
It's on fire.
Oh, that's fine.
Was it a normal intelligence check, or was it a like something else?
It would be an intelligence check, and I'd give you advantage on it.
I have advantage because of the favorite enemy.
Got it.
So it's 22.
22. You actually, if you were to douse this thing in ice or water, you could probably get it to shrink and recede.
Then I will cast Ice Storm at 4th level.
Jeez.
A hail of rock hard ice pounds into the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Center on the point, so I center it like.
Christ.
Yes,
So
like all of this area is just like
flame instantly gets shut out. Marble is patting herself out and trying to get rid of the acid burn that's on her fur now. Seven runs over to you and casts Cure Wounds, Marble, for 10 points.
Thanks.
And then,
nice.
Eventually,
it needs to make a dexterity saving throw if you want me to roll damage for it.
No, it's not sentient. It just. And eventually the plant freezes in place and starts to wilt, and pieces of it start cracking off, and you hear and it eventually just so I'm gonna take it off the map, but you can now get through here. You just have to get past the ice.
It was quite impressive.
Not the list
You
yet.
know, that didn't go as well as I thought.
Lessons were learned. That's the important thing.
You know, I don't know what I learned, but it's probably something.
So I will say that what you guys can see from this room, there is a small tunnel. You see Cyclops-sized footprints in the mud here, leading out and south through what looks like where maybe the sinkhole would have led if you'd gone down the sinkhole.
Hmm.
So it's like the other way in.
Mm-hmm. So had you chosen that way, this is the direction you would have come in then.
Well, I don't see
Oh
any
yeah, because we didn't go. Okay.
Yeah.
orb containers in here, so...
Nope. There's a hallway leading north.
Yeah, we
Nowhere
still
to
only
place
have
balls
found
here.
one
Yeah.
orb.
Let's go north.
We only have one ball. We need more balls up in this.
There's a door.
Really want some balls.
Yeah.
Another door, another slab. Looks like a doorway leading off of this hallway, and then the hallway goes, stairs go north, directly north into the large main room again with the mobile.
Try the Istus tap again.
Yep. That's, yeah, you tap that against the door, and the door cracks open. The slab recedes. And there is a statue of an old woman. Gouges in the stone in her hands. Her hands are outstretched. There are two crypts, one on each side of the room, west and east. The crypt on the west side has a skeleton laying on top of it, wearing another symbol of Istus. And there's a book under its hands. Its hands are crossed over its chest, and there's a book sitting there.
I go to the book.
Okay. If you notice right away, Eilissia, that if you're careful with it, you can kind of take it. You can kind of slide it out underneath the bony hands of the skeleton.
Is it?
So does the... Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Is it on top like it was never in the sarcophagus, or is like the lid fallen off?
It's like it
there's a
was
skeleton
laid
in there?
out. There are tattered remnants of what looks like a burial shroud.
Oh.
So it's laying on the stone slab, and it's just at peace, resting there. And the book is now... Eilissia, you have to be very careful. This thing feels like it could crumble if you're not
I am
very cautious.
very careful.
Okay. You can open it. You get the feeling like if you were to lay it flat, you could open it.
Is there any
Good
flat
old-fashioned
surface
grave
here?
robbery.
Are there any flat surfaces here, or do I need to like sit down on the ground?
You could probably... Sitting down on the ground is probably a better idea. There's no water in this room.
Yeah.
So.
Then I'll just sit down on the ground, which isn't that far.
Okay. It's a small room. It's only like 15
And I'm also...
by 15, 20 by 20. Yeah, it's not very big. Yeah, you sit down. The book creaks as you very carefully open it. You're going to have to take a few minutes to go through this. It is written in common. But it's almost like the difference between modern and Old English. Some of the words are spelled a little differently.
Remember, I can read
Yeah,
every language at the moment.
that's right. Thank you. Good.
That's
It's been
not a
few
problem.
weeks. I like it. Okay. Yeah, this is odd. And you're a little confused when you're first looking at it. So I will put all of this in chat for you guys, because when I say it out loud, it's going to be confusing at first, but I'll put it in chat. The first half of the book talks about the known world of Exandria and the plains. Common knowledge. The second half of the book is about a totally different world named La Civale. And overlaying a map of modern Exandria is a map of La Civale. And you can see that the land masses are similar, although some have shifted and moved a bit. What is Taldore in this world is named Norlai. What's Marquette is Kosoval. Isera, which is where Vasselheim and Pyra is Tullamore. The archipelago of the 34 islands of the Shattered Teeth are named the Sanctum Isles. Wildmount is Calalite. The Lucidian Ocean is the Villon Gulf. Osmit Sea is Nameda Sea. And the Mariglade Loch is Tanuval Expanse. So I'll put all that in chat for you guys so you can see it.
Yeah, Alicia will definitely, while reading, try and like write down in her like notebook to like write down everything that she sees, because she knows that she can't bring this book with her because it wouldn't handle the journey. So she's just writing down all the things that she can, while the others can do whatever they want to and not just sit around watching her work so they can continue.
Neuraxis, immediately you're like, oh, book, that's Alicia's thing. The crypt on the east wall has another skeleton, and it is holding a blue orb in its hands.
What is it holding?
A blue orb.
Oh, nice.
Slightly smaller than the orange orb. And it's a vibrant cobalt blue.
Blue ball.
It matches the... Jesus Christ, I didn't even think about that. I love all of you crazy fuckers.
Continue.
I love all of you. Julia, you assholes.
What?
I love you. This orb matches exactly what you'd seen on the one scroll. And the statue's hands are waiting.
So we've seen the old lady statue a number of times now, but
Twice.
of the other twice, right? But the other statues were only one each. Like, was that in the scrolls that the old lady would be twice?
Yes.
Hmm.
She seems to bear a different significance than the young woman and the child.
Well, that screws with my OCD.
I'm broken. I'm broken today. I'm just broken. Oh my god.
And you know how to fix it when your DM is broken?
No.
To donate to the Trevor Project.
Oh, Jesus
To
Christ.
fix
So
our
we
DM
can get-
today.
Donate so we can get a DM repair kit
Yeah.
and do some tinkering.
Yep.
Donate so Haley can get a break.
Oh dear.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I'll
I
be
want to
very-
study the mushrooms.
They look edible.
Oh dear.
Oh
What
god.
do you do?
Yeah, they do. You've seen these types of
I wanna
mushrooms before.
I'm gonna harvest them and put them in my pouch.
Sure, you can do that. You get 4 clumps of the red mushroom and 3 clumps of the green mushrooms.
Woo!
Our chat just says, Sam, no. I realize that on Twitch you guys can't see chat, but it just says Sam, no.
Uh-huh.
In caps.
That could have applied to multiple situations.
Oh, you mean like the fire at the planet? Yeah.
To my defense, I genuinely thought that was a great idea.
Usually,
I liked it.
Yeah, normally.
This is not a normal situation for you guys, to be fair. So, you have...
Has anyone grabbed...
Yep.
Has anyone taken the blue orb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick it up.
Like very respectfully and carefully.
Yeah.
Trying not to break the fingers on these mummified hands.
Okay. It just...
Oh,
it
Good
kind of-
old grave robbery. Very impressive. I like it.
It lets go. It's slightly smaller than the orange orb, but it's made out of that same beautiful glass. You still
Well,
haven't found...
that's
You
2.
have walked all the way around this level, and you still haven't found out what the mechanism in the main hall, in that central hall, does.
I want a druid craft some flower crowns and put them on the skeletons.
Aw. Okay.
Yeah.
When you do that, Marble, in the back of your mind, it's less speech and more a fully formed image of who these two people were. One, you can definitely tell that the skeleton that was holding the orb was a smaller humanoid. You get an image of a halfling woman with bright red hair and a big toothy grin, and she's wearing the tabard of Ioun, and she's tending a garden.
Oh.
Just going about her life. The other skeleton, as soon as you do that, you set the crown down, you get an image of a half-elven man, bright blue eyes, and he's holding the hand of a child and walking the child over to his parents, and there's a reunion that happens. He's also wearing the tabard of Ioun, this cloth hanging over his shoulders, and he's just smiling gently.
Do I get any sense of why or what these memories are?
Part of these people's lives.
Okay.
Just an everyday moment that brought them joy, and you feel this buoying of your spirits. And then the images fade.
Eilissia, do you want to see something pretty?
I'm currently writing things down, but maybe, yeah.
I take her hand and I guide it and I put it on the skeleton's forehead.
Which one?
The first one.
The half.
The one with the garden.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, Eilissia, you... Same kind of thing. You see this halfling woman wearing the colors of purple and gold of Ioun. She's wearing this tabard, and she is out in the sun in it looks like an herb garden, and she's cutting. She's taking cuttings and putting them in a little wicker basket. She bends down at one point, and this little bunny hops over to her. And it nibbles something out of her hand, and she smiles and straightens. You know her face. You've seen an etching of this woman before. Somewhere in your family's books, there was an etching of this woman. Mentions of your grandmother's family friend, who was a cleric of Ioun. And it's actually where your mother learned her skill with gardening. You don't remember her name. You just remember your grandmother speaking very fondly of her.
Okay.
I broke my players.
I just was like, hey, this is a pretty moment. I'm just gonna like show it to you.
But it's that same, because Marble, you don't even realize that you're just smiling, and it's not a creepy thing. You relaxed. All the tension is kind of bled out of your body. You guys all see Marble just like, oh. And Eilissia gets that same look on her face.
Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, try and remember, like, everything I can, but also, like, can't take my hand on the other skeleton if I realized what that did, and see.
You can do that. You watch this reunion of, you see this half-elven man. He's got long, dark hair, pulled back in a queue. You notice that both of these people were wearing very simple clothes, almost monk-like, but they are bearing the tabard of purple and gold of Ioun. And he, you don't know how it happened. Maybe this kid got lost, but this little gnome kid runs over to his parents, and they hug, and they thank this man, and then he turns and he walks up a path to a small cottage on a hill, and the door to the cottage opens, and he hugs the man standing there, and they kiss, and they go back in the house.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Nothing else.
No. You don't recognize
Wasn't
him.
that pretty?
It was. Okay. I'm gonna continue writing things down, and then I'm gonna focus on all of this later. Yeah.
Cool.
One at a time.
Okay.
Do
One mystery at a time.
the scrolls that tell us the sort of order for unlocking things with these statues,
Mhm.
there are none that only need 2. Do they always need all 4?
You're not sure. You're missing 2.
Hmm.
And I will just say, as the DM, you're getting the suspicion that you probably should experiment with the orbs that you have in the statue hands to see if you can find the other 2.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah. I was hoping you guys would eventually get there, but it's kind of becoming obvious. I don't like a lot of puzzles. I don't dig that kind of thing, but just from the way you guys have been wandering around, you're now getting the sense like, oh, we should probably play around with these and see what happens.
Let's play around with some balls.
Oh,
Yay.
Want us to stop making dirty jokes? Donate to the Terror Project.
oh god.
Want us to continue
I
making
forgot.
dirty
We're just-
jokes? Donate as well.
Write in the comments what you want us to
Oh,
do.
no.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
All right. So, for the sake of brevity, where do you guys want to start? You have 4 statues. You have 2 orbs. You can remove the orange orb from the mobile, from the device. It's easy enough to pull it out.
So...
I'm gonna move Sid and Eggs and 7 along here.
in the list of 4, are orange and blue the first 2, or are they...
Orange and blue are the first 2, and then green, and then red.
I guess... Do we go from north? Do we try like north and east with them in order, like it's 1, 2? I mean, if no one's going to stop him, he will. Just
Okay. Yeah, you want to go due north and take the 2 orbs.
Yeah, put the
Okay, so
like
you
the
have.
one that's first on the list in north and the one that's second on the list.
Well,
in
you have statues south, 2 that are west, and 1 that is northeast.
so it'd be the top west one and the northeast
Top
one.
west, got it over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, in that one, which orb do you put in the hands first?
Is it the orange? Yeah, the orange one.
The orange one. The orange one doesn't do anything.
Oh, that answers that question. Didn't guess the blue.
Trying the second one?
Yeah.
Try the second one. It raises this pillar here, the one south in the room. And on that pillar, on a bed of black velvet, sits a dark green orb.
Okay. I think maybe we go in at least pairs. Take an orb with us.
Mm-hmm.
Hit one of each. What are we thinking?
We just put the balls in the hands and see what happens.
Yes.
Just try one at a time.
You
Take
guys
the-
can do that, yeah.
Take the green, take the blue one back out, try the green one in
Try
it.
the green
It's
one?
just like
Yeah, the green orb in the hands of the statue here of the old woman opens this panel on the wall. But the shelves are empty, unfortunately. Where would you like to go next? You've got due south, east, and then another one from the room you just came in. You were just in. That Elisha's, I'm assuming, probably still sitting there. Right.
Yeah, I just. I'm still sitting there. If I still have things to write, then I'm just
It's gonna take you a
Sitting
little
there.
bit to kind of transcribe that, yeah.
sitting there.
Which room you want to go to? I would tell you right now, nothing's gonna blow you up. Like, you're okay, really, truly.
I'll go check these grates and see if they've opened or anything.
Just the one did.
yeah, only one.
This one here.
And then green up in the middle, so maybe the third one would open. The one we're missing would
No,
open
the green
black.
orb opened the panel in the wall.
Guys,
Yep.
someone donated $25 anonymously. We've hit our goal.
Yay!
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 Oh my god!
Thank you you, anonymous person.
What?
And since you're
Yeah.
anonymous, we can't give you dice. But thank you.
Oh my god!
Ah!
To the thing. To the thing. Okay. All right. Oh my god. All of the tension just left my body.
What?
Look, furiously refreshing my browser on my iPad to just like keep looking to see, and then Sigrid caught it. God damn it!
It was a minute ago and I'm refreshing constantly, especially when I'm like just listening and not. Yeah.
Bless your heart, and I mean that in the nice way, not in the southern catty way. Oh my god. Okay, we're playing a game.
Yeah.
You have a statue here due south from where you are at. You have one in the northeast corner. And you have one southeast and then due south in the room where Eilissia is.
I mean, yeah. No, like, if no one stops in their access, we'll just keep going room to room and, like, cycling through them in the order that they appear on the scroll.
Okay.
It just keeps trying them in that same...
That's probably the best way to do it. The room due south, as you try the different orbs, nothing happens in that room. You're starting to figure out that this is a test of patience and a willingness to do the work. And those are two tenets of Ioun's beliefs. Patience and effort lead to knowledge. So, for the sake of brevity, in this room here, up in the northeast corner, with a statue of a child, the blue orb does nothing. The orange orb raises this bottom pillar on which sits a orb of dark red. The dark red orb doesn't do anything, and the green orb already opened the wall. Moving down, we're going to go clockwise here. Notes, 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 notes. The statue of the young woman here on the southeast corner raises the pillar where it's kind of weird because that glass box was sitting there on that pillar. And when you put the red orb in, it raises the pillar even more, and there's a little compartment in there, and there's a bag of 2,000 gold. The statue with the in the room where Eilissia found the book, where the crypts are. The orbs don't do anything in that room. I'm just making sure we hit all of them.
None of the four.
You guys have found all of the orbs.
Well, I guess now it's combinations of them, right?
You have 4 orbs and 4 empty arms in the device.
Let's put them... Oh, right, let's put them in the device.
Let's put some balls in some devices.
Do we try the device first? See if that gives us any clues, I guess, yeah.
Okay. It's easy enough to fit them into the right size arm. It's almost like little brass cups where they rest into these arms that look like clock arms. And you guys eventually put them into the device, and each one clicks into place. You just kind of twist it ever so slightly. And once all 4 are in, the entire model seizes. It just stops. And then all of the arms point north at like a dizzying speed. They snap due north. The device swings aside, and you see a dark hole with a ladder leading down.
Question, am I still sitting in the room
You're fine.
transcribing the... Okay, I was gonna say, please remember to bring Eilissia out.
Bring the wizard!
Weren't we forgetting something, guys?
Weren't they like a small person here?
So,
Nah, it's fine.
you have a path down.
I mean, I was sort of hoping that they'd point at the 4 statues and we'd know which colour. I don't.
What?
Oh, fun. I was hoping that the arms would spin to point like orange at a statue and blue, and then we could just
Not
pop
quite.
them out. Instead, the floor is. How? I mean, you can see 120 dark. So how deep is this ladder?
About 80 feet down. And you can see a dusty floor with vines and a lot of water in the corners and puddles. Past that, you can see some statues, and then it looks like a path south. So...
Is it dark down there?
Does it go
it's
straight
dark.
down?
Yeah, it goes straight down. It's dark.
Straight down?
Yep.
Ooh.
I'll cast dancing light to illuminate the passage.
I'll pick up a rock, cast light on it, and just toss it as far as I could throw,
Okay.
just to get some light going.
There we go. That's better.
I'll send you a picture, Julia.
Thank you.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark down here. So anyone
It's up
without
on the
dark
top.
vision isn't going to be able to see. So the ladder leads to stairs. Ignore the extra copies of Onward and Sid up there.
Brother?
Oh god.
Flynn? There are statues of frogs here. And
Gross.
The frogs have the
Ribbit?
3 eyes of Ioun on them.
What the?
Can I make a religion check about
Can I
that?
make a religion
Yeah,
check?
sure.
Because, like, what the
What the fuck?
what? What the frog?
I want to look around, see if I can see anything interesting or something cool.
The stone turnstiles are interesting.
I want to look at them.
27.
Okay.
26, I think,
Nice. Okay.
because I add 2.
A frog? Not really sure why. You've never seen frogs attached to Ioun. They look decorative.
Nice.
The turnstiles catch everybody's attention because you notice that these doors here are closed.
I take it the Ioun tap doesn't open.
It does not. There's no reaction.
Okay.
Should we start to turn the things?
All right, don't put your back out. Volkar, grab the other one. Just...
All right. Yeah, you can do that. And so, whoever is pushing on these needs to make a strength check.
Okay.
I'm pushing.
Only
I
counter-
will.
They push only counterclockwise. You can't try the other way and they don't budge. They slowly start to push counterclockwise. Marble. 20 from Volkar.
18.
I want to do it for the fun of it. This is not going to help.
20. Okay.
20, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
it
only
takes-
one person?
Or it's
Takes a
it's not a
couple
strength save. It's a strength.
check.
Oh.
20 plus your strength modifier.
16!
What? The little gnome wizard with a -3 modifier. Okay.
It sounded like too low.
This
So
is
it's still
this is a combined check. If you guys had failed, these things would have reset. But between the effort of all of you, you managed to get them both moving at the same time, and then the doors swing open.
Whee!
Ooh.
Areas, and you see water.
Yeah.
A pit
Water.
of water.
And a chest.
What? What
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
it's like floating.
Yeah, there is a chest floating in the water, in the middle of the water. This pit is 25 feet deep. The water is murky, and in order to get to the stairs that lead out of the room, you've got to cross the pit.
Is there a chain attached to that, or
No, ignore that.
it's just okay?
Wait, so there's a chest in the middle of water?
Mm-hmm.
I sent you the picture on Discord.
Ooh.
There's a pit
Thank
of
you.
water.
I want to get that chest.
We'll have to cross it to continue.
Can I nudge the chest with Mage Hand, just again, like...
Mage
Is it
hands
gonna-
can only move 10 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But can 2 Mage Hands?
20 pounds.
Well, not
Can
even
them
that,
with 20?
just to, like, push it, make sure it doesn't, grow teeth or whatever. It's not a mimic
no,
that we're poking in the eye.
it's a waterlogged chest.
Okay.
Nothing bites you. There's no mimic.
You die.
Everyone's dead.
If we want to cross the water, I can just cast Water Walk on all of us.
How far is it?
Well, we could swim.
Something
I would
tells
like
me
to-
that might not be a great idea.
I would like the water walk instead of swimming, please.
Very well, let us walk across the water majestically.
What are you all
Do
worried
we-
about? Just run, jump into the water and start swimming.
Okay. Yeah, you can swim right across the water, Neuraxis. It's not an issue.
Nope.
The water doesn't smell
Well-
great.
See?
But then my fur gets all wet.
Just prestidigitates to dry off. Like, just...
7 makes it across. Volcar can make it across.
Can I, like, take a few steps back and, like, run and try to, like, leap and jump, like, land on the chest and, like, jump off it? Like,
we have to
Oh.
swim, or what are we doing?
You just swim right across
Yeah,
it.
we're trying to-
Yeah,
Here,
it's
just
not
swim.
even an issue. There's no
Yeah.
check
Eilissia will
required.
try
Heavy
to
armor.
swim.
There's no check required. No, Ulrin, you don't have any problems.
Yay.
Can I-
Eilissia will
can
try
I-
with her -3 in athletics.
Oh. Your ex as well, keep an
I-
eye out like a lifeguard.
I will say
Okay.
that eggs kind of pushes you along, Eilissia. Like pushes you through the water, kind of. Come on, we can do this. I know we can. And you guys get across.
Thanks, eggs.
Anybody want to
Oh.
attempt the chest?
I want to jump off the chest.
You
I
jump
thought
on
Sid
the
wanted
chest.
the chest.
I want to run and then jump
Marble
and, like
jumps on the chest
take a step and, like,
and
yeah.
sinks into the water.
Eh,
And Marble, while you're underneath the water, the chest pulls you into another little room. Off. What's your Constitution modifier?
3.
Okay, you'll be all right. As soon as you get underneath this water, the chest is pulling you along. It's almost like pulling you along in its wake, and the chest opens up and a wand floats out.
Grab the wand
Grab the wand
and I swim back
and you
and
swim
up.
back. Okay, you can swim back. Marble
I found a
surfaces with this wand.
I found a stick. Get out of the water.
Good dog.
Good.
Oh.
good kitty.
Cats don't fetch.
I have a cat.
You know,
This one does.
Good.
Cats
My
only
cat
knock shit off of
fetches.
tables.
That is not true.
No, they can learn how to play fetch.
Okay.
Can anyone check what this thing does? I think the stick is magical.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Go ahead.
21.
21. It is some kind of wand. It has an ability to it. You don't know what it does.
I give it a
It's a
flick
wand.
and like
Gee,
cast
if only somebody could identify.
What
I
if?
asked
Yeah.
out loud. You're happy to answer.
It's a
Oh.
wand. I don't need it though, so I don't care.
Yeah, there's a procedure for this. Veraxis touches it,
Okay.
Eilissia checks it, and then actually identifies it. That's the 3 steps of magic items.
Yes, go to the cleric for, just at the very end. Instead of, is this thing cursed? Can I tell?
Cleric.
You guys can
What
walk
does
down
this
the
do?
stairs. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it does. You guys haven't found out yet.
What did
I'll take it and I'll identify while they're wandering around.
Got it. It is.
It's just a stick.
It's just a stick. It is called the Wand of Weal or Woe. It's in the handouts. It has 3 charges. You can use an action to expend a charge and target a creature within 60 feet. That creature has to roll a 1d10, and then based on the roll, there are different results.
Oh.
That's okay.
Interesting
Oh.
little item.
Oh.
Again, and Eilissia, with the number of Arcana checks you've made and succeeded on, and what you're gathering from this place, these items, you've never, ever, ever seen any item like this before. They are probably the only ones that exist in the world. That Orb of Arcane Eye, this wand, their value, it's probably impossible to tell the value.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
This area that you've wandered into south off the stairs off the water pit, there's no direct path. Looks like you're gonna have to wander a little bit.
Oh no.
So it's a maze.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Always forward, never left or right.
Who do we want in front?
No, always go to the right, so you know you can always get back.
So, you guys can move your tokens along to pick directions you would like to go. I'll reveal the map as you move along.
Yep.
There's water everywhere in all the corners. To the right, as Seven and Sid move along, there's a glyph on the floor in the one corner.
Oops.
Let's go here.
Okay. Eilissia, make an Arcana check for me.
And 11.
11. That's good enough because it is most definitely a teleportation glyph.
This is a teleportation circle. Let's not go in it right now. Let's.
That's probably for the best.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let me open this up a little bit more so you guys can see. More water. More bits of a maze as you guys kind of wander along, trying to figure out where the hell you're going. Volcar can see down to here. There's more water here. Just trying to get the sensation that you just need to kind of walk and figure out where you're going. So, for the sake of brevity...
Ooh, what is...
A moon!
There's a symbol of one of the phases of the moon on the floor.
A symbol of who?
It's one of the phases of the moon.
It is a moon.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Oh, and look, another glyph.
Oh.
Is this like Silphco from Pokemon?
Oh, no.
Are we gonna have to teleport to different floors and get confused?
Oh,
And just...
please no.
Oh.
Wee.
More frog statues.
Ah.
Oh,
That was the
gosh.
worst.
Another
I needed a
moon.
guide for that.
More moons.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
glyphs.
I needed a guide for that too.
Check out.
You guys are you're bumping
Yeah.
into corners. You're wandering around. You're having to turn around. It's taking a little bit of time to get through here, and you eventually Marble finds a chest that is unlocked.
I open it.
You open it. There's 10,000 gold sitting in there.
Woo!
Oh, I take it.
Holy
Ah.
shit.
Retirement
Jesus.
fund right there.
I
More
bet that is
glyphs.
heavy.
Marble's strong.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
it's
gold.
Ah!
I'm not weak. That's the thing. I'm not
Do
strong.
you have a bag
I'm
that can
just
hold
not
it all? Or are you just taking the chest?
Just drag the box.
Drag the
you're-
box.
You guys
Chest.
are wandering through puddles of still water. Your feet are getting wet. Your boots are getting soaked. And eventually, Ulrin kind of leading the way. Ulrin, as soon as you get to this point where these stairs are leading down, there's this force pushing on your head. It's like the worst headache all of a sudden.
No.
And you're not sure if you can move any further. And just as you're straining against this force, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay. (26).
26. Yeah, you think you're gonna either faint or fall. You're getting really, it's like the worst case of vertigo. And then you shake it off. And below you see this room. There is
That's no moon.
huge, oh my god, a huge, it's probably 20 feet tall, 40 feet in circumference orb of softly glowing pink-red light. And out of the light walks an elderly woman.
Oh no, old people.
Not Vox Machina. She...
That's true, but they're close to my favorite terrain, which is undead.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. You all killed
But
me.
you're not undead,
I'm
so...
dead. Oh, Jesus. And she smiles at you. She's got long, gray, almost pure white hair. There's threads of silver through it. Her clothing is made out of beautiful purple and gold. And you notice that as she walks, her robes flip like pages of books.
Ooh.
She smiles and she says, "You've come a very long way."
Aye, we have. Hey, Eilissia. Think you
Yeah?
might want to see this dress. It's pretty fancy.
Come over.
The god of nerds. We found it.
Oh my god. And she smiles as all of you approach. She says, "I was wondering when you'd get here. Thank you for being kind and respectful. This was, well, it was the first one that was built to me, and it's quite special." And out of that light behind her, there's a slight pulse again. And then Ellie walks out. She says, well, looks at the other woman. She says, "I think I owe you an explanation."
Yeah? You think?
My name is Istis. This is Ioun, or at least a projection of her. I apologize for all of the confusion. But you see, she was my favorite cleric. And we made an agreement. When we knew that us, I think you call us the first gods, or the remnants, when we knew we were under threat, Ioun and I agreed that she would kill me. She would help me disappear and secure me in a pocket plane, which you have visited. I turned it into a store. I thought it would be fun to act like a mortal. Try something different. I was safe there. I gave her my powers willingly because I knew if I died, there was no coming back. There would be no second chance. You are the Guardians. We call you Temporalis. Guardians. You're remnants like us. And I think you need this. And she pops the bubble behind her. And sitting on this pillar is a bright red gem. It's kind of like a red-orange, almost like an amber color. She says, this is a Kira lore gem. I gave these out to high priests and clerics. There's only a few of them still left. They're semi-intelligent. They bear some sentience. They act as repositories of knowledge. And I think this will help you. And she just offers it out. There you go. It's in the hand.
Well, I'll gladly take it.
Eilissia will make sure Sid is not taking it.
Ioun actually looks at you, Sid, and she says, unfortunately, it's not actually meant for you, and I apologize for being so blunt, but some of these folks don't exactly belong in the world with the rest of you. And she passes it over to you, Eilissia.
We don't belong. What do you mean by...
She's talking about you guys.
But what do you mean that we don't belong in the world? Is there somewhere else we should be?
You know you don't.
I mean,
We know where that's from, but we still belong here.
yeah, we were born here.
I don't think that is for you to judge who belongs where or not. I think that is up for them to decide.
Sorry, my doorbell's ringing. She says, well, but I thought you understood. And the two of them exchange this look. You know why... And she looks at Neuraxis. You know why that axe calls to you. You made it. You've seen it.
Well, I've seen someone that looks like me. We tidy up what's leaked through, I guess.
Well, then let's be very clear. You all come from the first world. When that world collapsed, you should have died. You should have perished with the rest of the mortals. And yet by some force, and we've been trying to figure out how, you persist. You were born again here, in Exandria, on this plane. Your purpose, whether you fully understand it or not, is to set things right. But I cannot tell you what that is, what that path is. You will have to decide at some point.
Do you mind elaborating there about we came from another world? Are you saying that there are multiple copies of the same existence that we have here? Is there like multiple
It's a
parallel
thing.
worlds?
It's not exactly a multiverse in the sense that you're thinking, or that somehow there's another copy of you in another world. Les Val was what we called it. And Eilissia, you're now going, aha, the book, got it. We called it Les Val. That was the world. You call it Exandria. Les Val, the continents, the ocean, the people. We watched over all of them. and this is Istis saying this. We watched over all of them. We were their gods. They believed in us. They trusted us. You track a woman named the Witch Queen, yes? Or the Rebel Queen, I think she calls herself now.
Ah, that one.
Yeah.
She caused a
Yes.
collapse. Your story now, let me see if I can be very clear. Your story now with the Raven Queen, right? No one's quite sure how she ascended to power. Through some long-lost ritual, she was mortal, and then she became a god and accessed the Pantheon. Not something a mortal should be able to do. That was tried one time previously. That ritual. A being, a woman, a mortal, she called herself the Witch Queen, tried to ascend to godhood. The ascension failed. When you are playing with the bones of what makes the plane, she messed with the magic that kept Lesval together. And the god of decay and death, their name is Kate, tried to stop her. But when you start throwing powers together, and she forms these two orbs of power, and I'm going to use a modern reference because I think it's a very good reference. The Voldemort fight at the end of Harry Potter, where the two wands clash. There's a sickly green light, and she says this was the Witch Queen. And she forms in her hand this a major illusion of a woman, gaunt cheek, she almost looks skeletal, trying to force her will and her power onto this androgynous being of death and decay, proper death and decay, natural order, and they clashed. Kate held her in check for some time. But after many, many, many centuries, we could no longer stop this war. And we became worried. We asked our clerics, and she looks at Ioun. We asked our most beloveds to come and assist us. And the only way that our clerics could stop this was to try to banish the Witch Queen. That was the mistake. All of this power, all of these forces broke the world and killed us. The remnants you've been finding, Sylvanas trapped in the Feywild, right? His son gone wild. Ralishaz, his madness steeped into the mountains. Essence contained in a sword now broken. He's now gone. Everything was ash and darkness. And the clerics who survived, the ones who tried to stop this agony, this force of magic from destroying the world, they built the world you're standing on now. They absorbed the powers of their gods, and they created Exandria. I do not know how you come to be, but you are to play a part. She offers the gem again.
Alicia will.
Okay. She kind of just smiles at you and she says, or I should say Istis. She says, do me one favor. At the end, wherever your path leads you, you're going to have a decision to make. And I suspect that decision, and she looks at the 5 of you, the group, Olrin, the Forge Cleric from Craghammer, believer in the Allhammer, questioning his decisions, questioning his fate, still slightly lost, but yet core, his belief, sits here. It powers him. It fuels his heart and his soul. Eilissia, the wizard. Bookish and smart. Seeking her parents, wanting to free them. Wondering what anything really means at this point. Neuraxis, the soldier. The mighty arm that swings and cleaves enemies in half. Now wondering, where do we go? Pact gone. A new one forged with his actual god, Tempest. The goddess of fire and war, but loyalty and fairness. And Volkar, the bard with a laugh and a smile and a song. The one who believes in the open road and friendship. And reason. And doesn't take lightly forces of evil in the world and seeks to right them. And she looks around. And Hazel. Off seeking her own path, but it's one that will wind its way back to you. I wonder what you will do. I broke all of them. I broke all of them.
I'm doing fine.
Alicia's
wanted
just
to-
standing there and just like have no words.
And that's a completely fair reaction. She does tell you the names, some of the names that you've heard, but making the connections now. This is kind of a pinnacle point for your group. She looks at Olrin. The one you know as the Allhammer was one of the main clerics of the god of fire and forge in our world, named Fortubo. He was one of the first of us. The power he could give you, if you were to find the shield that you made in that world, you would be unstoppable. And that shield is gorgeous. It was your life's work. You can find it. I know you can. It's actually near your home. Seek it out. Eilissia, Ioun looks at you and says, "You know that you're looking for the book. You found that out near the beginning of your journey, actually. Communing with the spirits in Singorn. Vogon, a lot of people thought him harsh in some ways. Wild of, the sea, the crash of the waves, the unpredictability of what lie in the depths. But for you, Vogon was power. Raw power that could be harnessed into magic. That's what he means to you. The Tome of the Roaring Ocean sits with the head of the Cyclops Stormcallers. Just a few days' journey from here. I don't know that they understand what they hold. Bless them, they are not necessarily intelligent creatures most of the time. You may be able to find it easily. She looks at Neuraxis. She says, "You found yours. That axe. May I?"
Okay.
I love messing with you guys. I'll give it right back. Okay. She turns it over in her hands. And eventually just hands it back to you. It doesn't look like anything happened. She just kind of messed with it for a second. And at the moment you take it back, Neuraxis, its appearance has changed. It bears now the fire breath of Tempest on the blades. And I'll give you the card later. I think you'll find that useful. Forsaken Edge is now considered an exalted weapon.
Oh dear.
So for logistics' sake, it maintains all of the statuses of the awakened Forsaken Edge, the card that you have, but it also deals an extra 2d6 fire damage. You're welcome. I'll give that to you later. She looks at Volkar. She says, "Ah, you also already have your blessing. Boz was just such a delightful force. Music and smiles and laughter and love and wine and overindulgence at times, but he only ever really wanted to make mortals enjoy their existence. That was his gift. Laughter." And she teaches Volkar a new song that he can use in battle to inspire even further his comrades. So it makes his bardic inspiration a D12 now. She says, "I will... Actually... No. He can find her. He'll find Hazel in time. I trust him." What else can we do for you before we need to leave?
You know a lot. We need to break a deal so that her parents can... I mean, I know how to break a deal, but it nearly killed me. That doesn't seem like a good idea for... How do we fix this?
You watch Ioun focus for a moment, and there's a third eye that opens up on her forehead. Glows this purple. It's almost just like a glyph. She looks at Istis. Istis nods. I don't think it's terribly difficult. And I'm going to tell you something, Neuraxis, that you may not want to hear. The history you found in this temple is enough to free at least one of Eilisia's parents. But you don't necessarily need to fight him. Others will take care of him. He is not your responsibility. If you fight him, I fear that you may not survive it. Sometimes, the best way to handle a situation is to walk away. You have other work to do. Like I said, I didn't think you would agree with that, and he's vile. I grant you that. There are other heroes in the world. And he is an excellent target.
Do not worry, he's going to die soon. I'll make sure of that.
She just smiles at you, Sid.
If I can't kill him, do you have anything other I can do that can make his life horrible for a short amount of time?
To what end?
We need to get our
Personal
parents
gain.
out of here.
After, of course, I get my...
Offer him the history you found here. And with a little sweet talk, or a little ingenuity, a little stealth in the middle of the night, you probably could walk away with both Eilisia's mother and father. If you're clever. And you are.
I am.
She is.
I'll also offer this. If you leave him be, and that eye flares, he will rebuild Onoa. He's determined. And
That's...
as long as you don't break the world on your path to the end of your story.
Plan.
Many years from now, well, granted, it's many years for you, not so much for me. There's another group of heroes who may seek out this man. They'll have their own trials first. And they won't start in Tal'Dorei, they'll start in Wildmount. But I sense they may make their way here. They'll lose along the way. There'll be loss. But I think they can do it. Not everything is your fight.
Mm-mm. I don't like leaving. Yeah. To fester at the edge of the world.
If you
Whatever
promise.
evil he brings before he dies.
He does have some genuinely good intentions. His methods are foul, but his outcome can't be denied that he intends to rebuild a city and turn it into a place where people can live in safety, build stores, build families, live, celebrate, lose, die eventually. He intends that. Whether he will do it or not is up to him. But that is his intention.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck about his intentions. Pardon my language.
Oof.
He took one of my own, and for that, he must die. It is as simple as that.
Language.
I don't believe I'm saying this, but I almost agree with the total.
It says, our time here has ended. But I'll give you one other piece of advice. You might be able to scare him. His real name is Amadi Sofin. And he was an adventurer long ago. He's power hungry. And He seeks also a lost treasure. He has never told anyone this. You may frighten him if you use that knowledge to your advantage.
What is he seeking?
The Holy Grail!
Oh no. Of course,
Sorry.
Lord Jesus.
Sorry. Had to.
Oh my god. Where?
We've already got one.
Maybe he
Where's
is
that
seeking
info?
a shrubbery.
Oh my
no.
god.
No.
No.
Alright,
No.
anyway, sorry. I'll bring him back in.
We've
No,
already
you're
got
fine.
one.
You're fine. I'm just looking for my notes.
2 shots
here.
of espresso.
That's
I'm
all.
see. I'm covering for you. I'm trying. I know.
Thank you.
I know. DM struggles. Hashtag DM struggles.
Oh no.
I know how it is. It's like, hold on while I flip through my notes that I definitely wrote.
And while we're holding on, you know what you should do?
Oh no.
You should go
Donate to
to
the
Buy a
Trevor
shrubbery.
Project
Bye,
True.
and
shrubbery.
donate, or go to our Twitter and retweet the giveaways.
Oh my god.
We are
yes.
going to post the 75 giveaway after this game. We
Yep.
just need to get Haley free. So
And
I
get
need-
some dice.
I need a moment.
Gotta get them
Haley
dice.
this moment. And then retweet, enter, win. Go.
She
Hashtag literally blessed.
isn't sure if the Imperialist is even fully aware of what he seeks. It's what he's looking for is based largely off of just rumor and stories and old tavern tales of some city of gold buried near the Daggerbay Mountains. But she knows it doesn't exist, or at least she tells you it doesn't exist. But he's convinced it does. I need everybody but Eilissia to mute, deafen themselves for just a second.
Ooh. Ah. We're a good sign.
All good?
They look deafened.
Okay. Just you and me for a second. And this kind of sphere of silence envelops everybody but you, Eilissia. And Istis looks at you. She says, your father meant well. He was trying to protect your mother.
What did he do?
Whatever you do, do not blame him. After your mother had her accident, her memory was flitting in and out, but she remembered that she had to leave you behind. And that was causing her so much grief. He modified her memory. Do not blame him. He couldn't bear the sight of your mother in such pain. So while he couldn't fix her physical brain, he wanted to at least create the memory. He tried to create the memory that you died. It backfired to a point where she was convinced she lost you in a storm one day, lost you in a fire the next. It could be reversed. Your cleric friend could probably assist you with that.
Good.
He did mean well. He truly did.
The worst part is, I can understand him doing it for Mom. I can understand not wanting to see someone you love suffer so much.
And she was suffering. So when he tells you that he screwed up, that's part of it. I'll let him tell you the rest.
Thank you.
The bubble pops, And you all are disappeared. You all have disappeared, or they've disappeared. You guys can come back now.
Come back and tell Hazel we need you.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
We're missing 2.
Yep. I just saw that. Well, Noraxis
Oh.
left for a second.
Did you? What?
All right. So he'll come back.
It's the
That's the
first
wrong
one
tag.
with you, okay?
All right. You guys watched Eilissia talk to Istis for a second. There was this kind of shimmery bubble that surrounded them. And then the bubble popped, and it's just now your group standing there.
Rude.
Istis and Ioun are gone.
Oh.
They leave you with the knowledge of where 2 other lore gems are located. There's one called the Lore Gem of Arcanum. That is in the Lyceum in Amon. They don't know what it is. They have never figured it out. The other one is called the Lore Gem of Power, and that one has been claimed and used by Uric, of the Spires of Uric. It's how he has lived for 2,000 years.
That makes sense.
Okay. You've cleared the temple. You found the history you were tasked with locating. And been rocked by some knowledge that clarifies a few things and also confuses a few things. What would you like to do?
Eilissia will turn towards the group so she sees everyone and just say, I want us all now to, or those of us who want to go back to the Imperialist, talk to him, give him the info we have. Try and convince him to let both of my parents go. That's all I have.
Sid turns to Eilissia and says, "Your mother, she's a female gnome, right?
Yes.
She's a wizard like yourself. She has magic abilities."
To be quite frank, I'm sure. I don't think so.
To some degree.
Some degree, not high.
Here's the thing. I think if this man wants to continue his operation here, he's not going to let your mother go. Because she is the one keeping the magical contracts active for all of his slaves.
How do you know that?
We have overheard some of the workers talking about it. Now, I don't know if your mother is a willing participant or not. But the magical contracts need to be renewed regularly. And that is connected to your mother somehow.
That's frightening. Thank you for telling me.
What do you intend to do with that information?
Still trying to convince him to let her go, but I'm not sure. Does anyone else have any ideas? Because I'm freaking out here, okay?
You're not gonna like it.
Please don't say kill my mother. What is your idea?
I mean, Volkar died once, right? And now he's okay.
I mean, I can bring people back to life, kind of.
It's an
think we'll-
extreme. If he's unwilling to release her, she's not
think
useful if she's.
Do you have any restoration we can try and use instead of killing her?
I mean, I'd have to look. Like, I'd have to be able to examine your mother and understand what exactly is possessing her, if there is something that's possessing her.
She had a head injury and then a modify memory spell that backfired. That is what happened.
DM, would Ulrin know like what type of removal would be required, or is it like a restoration, or would it need to be a dispel,
Go ahead.
like a
and-
dispel magic kind of
You're
thing?
stronger in religion than Arcana, right?
Barely.
Okay. Make a
I'm
religion.
stronger in medicine and perception,
Medicine. Let's do medicine then.
because religion is somehow intelligence for clerics.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Even though all of your shit is wisdom based,
Right.
fuck you.
That's a whole thing. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
a.
it's
Yeah.
just- come on. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
So 17, because I get +2 with the
That'll work.
prayer.
Oh, with the prayer beads, yes. Greater restoration would be
Okay.
the first thing that would come to mind for you. You've seen it performed. Do you have access to that?
Yes. I don't know. I'm looking
I
right.
couldn't remember what level spell that is. I felt like it was 5th, but
It's 5th.
okay.
5th level. Yes, I have
So
access
you
to
have
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get rid of a modify memory, that would be, you could do that. The head injury,
Okay.
you'd have to get a better look at her. And possibly take her to someone more knowledgeable. But the
Okay.
consequences
Of breaking that
of
contract.
breaking the modify memory could be severe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you say that out loud, Alicia's gonna say, don't use the modify if it's just gonna affect the modify memory, don't do it.
So you don't want me to help.
I want you to help.
Just not right now.
Not right now.
Got it.
Not until we
Alright.
know that we can fix the head injury too.
Okay.
I mean,
I could always look at her when I get back and see how bad the head
we
injury
can.
is, because I do have.
Yeah.
we do know a doctor. The guy from outside of Duran
Oh yeah, him.
that we paid to go and find somewhere safe rather than risk going into the city. He is like a doctor.
Do you have any way of contact?
That's a way back. Wow, yeah. Ooh.
And you could
Shit.
dream him, maybe.
Yeah, I can dream him.
Mhm. Yeah, the human man in his late 40s that you encountered in the abandoned farm.
Wow, that's a while ago.
Johann Stapleton.
That's the one.
Yep. Yeah, I know. It took me I was like, oh shit. Johann Stapleton, traveling doctor who worked a path. He told you he worked a path between Western, Drinna, and Whitestone, and often stopped off in smaller places like Turstfields and Derwen, and he occasionally goes to Kymel as well. And he's originally from Western.
I mean,
I can also send an animal messenger.
Could do that.
Does anyone here have sending? I've asked this before.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
level
I
is
I've
that?
said it before. I got sending because we keep asking if
we keep
anybody
using
has.
Yeah.
So I got it. I prepared it
Holy shit!
because I was tired of people asking,
Swiss Army priest.
and none of the other spellcasters having it. So I was
I
like,
can't
well,
get it.
fuck it.
I have a spell scroll now. I can learn it. I just need money and time.
Okay, I can't get it.
Guess I'll just remove my mass healing word and use sending. Guess I'll just get rid of revivify and send a message.
No,
It's
now.
fine.
Let's not do anything crazy. If I have to
There's the guy who put the god helmet on.
Hey now.
Hey now, let's not do anything crazy. Hey guys, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm alive.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's what you think.
You're welcome.
Are you?
Yeah, 'cause I saved him. I
Alright.
did spare, or what is it?
Death now.
Death, yeah. Death ward.
Death
Yeah.
ward, yeah. 'Cause
Ugh.
I will tell you right now, if you had not done that,
Oh yeah.
I was like, something's fishy.
Neuraxis
Yep.
would have been disintegrated.
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
even fucking kidding.
Yep.
You live and learn.
Okay. So,
But yeah,
what?
on our way out of here,
do you
can
want
you
to do?
send a message to him while we're trying to get out of this temple?
You can backtrack.
Sure. 25
If anyone else
words.
has anything else we need to do
25
here.
words, I'm gonna start counting.
What's his name?
Johann Stapleton.
Johann Sebastian Stapleton.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, sure. Sebastian Stan. Yep.
Johann Bach.
Oh, no.
Johann Stapleton. Should I speak in a German accent? Would he understand me
no.
better in a German
Oh, no.
accent?
You might have
Zem-
said
I believe there's
Am I-
Zemni.
okay.
I don't-
No, no.
Zemni, alright,
Don't
it's
lie to me.
Zemni.
Go for it.
Alright, 25 words. Dr. Stapleton, it's Ulrin. STDs. Need,
That's one word.
yeah. Need help with head trauma
that's 10.
victim
Okay.
in or near Onoa. Would you to assist us?
It's 18.
How many is that?
18.
You can reply to the. No.
I don't. Can they reply?
Oh, God.
Yeah. They can.
Yep.
You can reply to this message.
Sure. Okay. Gets cut off a little bit at the end, but it's okay. It's like a bad voicemail. Spell goes out, and you guys start to make your way out of the temple. It's going to take you about 3 hours to get out of here. A little while later, you get one back, Ulrin. Voice you only heard in one encounter several months ago at this point. And he says, would be happy to help. Where should I meet you? I'm in Kymel.
All right, so he's in Kymel. We could possibly get Dr. Stapleton to assistance. Where should we have him meet him?
I mean,
We should get out of here. Like, after we we should try to get both my parents out of here, and then we shouldn't stay in this area so long. So I could try and contact Allura and get her to teleport us.
I mean,
or
Duran's pretty fortified if we can get them there.
oh yeah, we have the stronghold. Yeah. We could ask him to meet some Duran.
Alright, Jorin Village. I'll send out another sending back to him.
Tell them the STD sent you.
Yeah.
Lots of love from the STDs.
I'll just say thanks. Thank you for just like short and sweet. Thank you for helping. We'll be back in Joran Village at our estate in Joran Village.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of tell him to meet us in the general vicinity, give him like description of it, just so he kind of knows where it is and who to expect, like about the person, like no woman.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so he has a general, so he can start getting prepared or whatever he needs to bring.
He replies back, "Will make my way there tomorrow. Eager to hear how you freed Joren."
Cool.
Fire!
Severed heads was a big
Severed
component.
heads on pikes.
Yeah.
A pact with a lawful evil paladin. It's all fine.
Yep.
Who's appeared a couple of times. So you guys make your way out of the temple. It takes... When you eventually get out of the temple, it is night. And the chirps of the jungle birds have kind of ceased, and now you hear the frogs and the other jungle creatures, the nighttime creatures coming to life and awakening in the dark. The cry of a jungle cat off in the distance. The chittering of more of those evil koala creatures up above you. Do you want to walk through the night?
As we leave the temple, Sid steps in front of the group, and she says, "All right, this has been a pleasant little trip. We didn't find that much treasure, but what can you do? However, after hearing all of this down there, and I look especially at Elijah while talking, I would now like to know what your intentions are towards the Imperialist and the people that he has captured and is forcing to work for him against their will. Are you just going to ask for your parents and then leave the rest of them there?"
If you're correct with the fact that she is the one responsible for the contract, taking her would mean that the other people are free, wouldn't it?
Perhaps. I am not
Free us,
entirely
yeah.
sure how this matching works that he's using to enslave them. But if that's the case, I doubt that he'll let her go willingly.
Who said we were giving him a choice?
What if he does not want to let her go? What will you do?
Well,
Kill everyone.
there's a lot of guards, and they're not all. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're not going in there fighting.
yeah. Killing henchmen always feels kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always just grab them and go, but we don't know how their contracts work.
Tell you
Get
this.
them given to us is probably the.
My plan now, if we're resting before heading back, was to try and contact him in a dream, tell him what we know, and tell him that we want people set free. All of them. Or, better, I tell him we want the people set free, and then he's going to get the information that he wants. If we don't get the information if he doesn't want that, we won't come back. We won't give him the information. Or perhaps you should send someone else other than me because you haven't seen my face. Maybe you'll send her access.
I look pointedly at Volker and I'm like, I think maybe one of us should do the...
Yeah. We're sending someone in their sleep to talk to him.
Can you send other people?
Yes. I can...
Oh, I very much would like to haunt him in his sleep. But I also am not sure if I really want to know what that fucker is dreaming about, to be quite honest.
Amazing.
Is that a deal up to your standards, Captain?
I do like the idea of blackmailing him with what he wants. I also like that you are still trying to free the other slaves as well. I think at this point it is probably quite obvious that we are not here just looking for treasure. The treasure thing is more of a side thing. He has one of my people, one of my precious darlings, also working for him that's come back. And I don't take kindly when people take things that belong to me. And I take even less kindly to people who fuck with my crew.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck him up, right, boss?
So, exactly.
Yeah.
Tell you this.
But first we need to make sure that Gordil is all right, and preferably the other slaves as well.
That's true.
I mean, he's at the head of an army.
Yeah, we can't fight them. That's a suicide mission.
We can do it.
You can do it. We can't. Unfortunately. As much as I would like to go in there and kill him.
The day will come. Just that day is not today.
We could do it if we would manage to lure him out to sea. But that is probably rather unlikely at this point, unless...
I bet he's a superstitious old bastard. He probably won't.
Unless he has reason to believe that if he set sail out on the ocean, it would lead him to the thing that he seeks.
I don't know. Eggs just shrugs. So it really isn't my forte, boss.
That could work.
Even after we've gone, the Cyclops might help you.
Yeah. Tell you this. If we send in Araxes or Volkar, they can tell him that we have the information that he wants. They can give him the information if he sets free prisoners, or all of them if he wants to. And we can give him the location of the item that he seeks. Which is a place that you and Eggs will know of. So you can go and take him out at sea.
I do not dislike this idea.
I can see where your head's
So
at.
many ability checks.
Would I know, since we've sailed these waters, if there's like an island not too far from here? Like somewhere out at sea? Where we could be
you
there's this major clue to the Golden City just buried in the sand there.
There are several shipwrecks along the coast. There are several further out in the ocean that you have had to get your bosun to navigate around. There are lots of little islands that dot all over the side of the ocean of Taldore for sure. And then there's the Shattered Teeth to the south, which is an archipelago of 34 islands ranging in size from barely big enough for one person to big enough to house a village.
So, you want me to... Let's be clear here. You want me to lie to him?
Yes.
Well, offer him the
Can you do that?
information... Oh, please.
All right, let's do a test run, Dragon Man. Lie to me right now and see if I believe you. Go.
Do it.
I'm one of 5 siblings.
Can I roll an inside check to see if I believe?
Where's deception?
That's a natural one.
Nice.
22.
22. Roll, Sid, Julia, roll for eggs real quick for me.
Okay.
Roll insight for eggs.
Also not the grade 9 plus
That-
something.
Okay, no. Eggs just looks at you and goes, "Yeah, seems about right to me."
I stare into Norexus's eyes for a long time, and then I say, put him on the list. All right, let's do this.
Am I
Okay.
the only one on the list now?
I think we're all on the list now.
Actually,
I'm not.
it's-
I was never
I
put on
think-
the list.
Wait, what
Elijah
list?
Elijah is not on the list yet. But if who has the red gem? Who took that?
Elijah, I think.
Yeah, I think.
You know, if you would like to buy your way onto the
Oh.
list.
I like to say that out loud. That was Sigrid.
I feel
Elijah-
weird
Watch
being on
you
this
do
list.
it. Yeah. Oh,
But that's
and you
what
were
you
like
take
the
it.
first one on the list. You and Volk.
Oh.
you
Yeah.
healed
Yeah.
people and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, Eggs turns the
That's
scroll around and it says Volkar Olrin. And then off to the side it says Dwarf Bros.
nice.
You're on the list. Don't worry about it. Hey, wait,
think-
Bass. Hold on a second. Just stay put for a minute. Let me go talk to the wizard. Eggs shuffles over to you. All right. Hey, come here for a second.
Go for it.
Eilissia, come here. Come here. Pulls you off to the side. Tugs on you. You're muted. Sigrid.
What?
Hmm?
Are you
Okay.
muted?
Sick.
I'm not muted.
Okay.
No, there it is.
There it is. We couldn't hear you.
Eh,
Eggs pulls you, like tugs on your ribs. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Come on. Alright. So, here's the thing. The captain likes you. She just doesn't want to admit it. She got a thing against, not against gnomes.
A racist.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
I do.
Give me some leeway here. She goes, I mean, I'm a gnome.
Yeah, I
Thing
can
is,
see that.
I'm her favorite gnome. So she doesn't want to make me jealous, which is a bunch of bullshit. But I got a question for you.
Shoot.
We get out of this alive? Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but you can buy my cup of tea.
Cool. I just want to hang out with some more gnomes. I don't get to hang out with gnomes very often. Everyone around me is
Me
bigger.
neither.
It's so
Everyone else is so
intimidating,
tall.
right? Oh my god, everyone's
Yeah.
so tall.
Oh, you should meet Hazel, our other member. She's a halfling, and she's shorter than me.
Oh my god! Where? She spins around in a circle. I want to see.
don't know.
Oh my god!
She's
I've only
somewhere.
ever met
She's
one other gnome at sea, and her name was Twiggy, and she was crazy. She was crazy. All she ate was like chocolate and apples. It was weird. I don't know. I just want to hang out with gnomes. I don't get to hang out with gnomes very often. I've
yeah.
lived on ships my whole life.
My name is Sea Skipper. My family was sailors.
Shut
Back in
the
the day.
front door, really?
Yeah.
Seriously? Shut the porthole window. Get out of here. That's amazing. Why aren't you on a ship?
Drag me.
Why aren't you on a ship? Why don't you come with us?
Fortunately, I have business with these guys.
Oh.
But when
When
this
that's
is all
done-
done, maybe.
When that's done, come with us. We sail everywhere. Oh, have you ever been to the Bay of Gifts? Oh,
Not yet.
oh, it's amazing. You're from Wildmount. You have a Wildmount accent.
Yeah, from Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, what the shit? You never vacationed in the Bay of Gifts, really?
No, I read books.
I'm going to take you. We're going to build sandcastles. It
That
will be
sounds
amazing.
awesome.
Get on the ship with me. Let's go now.
No,
Damn it.
sorry.
Mother
You have work.
forker. Alright. She kind of like kicks rocks a little bit.
But when this is all done, we'll go.
Really? Promise?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, promise.
She gives you a hug.
Oh, hug her back.
Thanks.
Oh.
I get kind of lonely sometimes. I mean, Sid's great. The captain's
Yeah.
great and everything. The crew's great, but
It's hard being the short one.
it kind of is, yeah. Anyways.
Yep.
Eggs.
Let's get this.
Go!
Let's get this lying part done.
If you donate $50 now to the Trevor Project, Eggs and Elijah will go on a date.
Wait one moment. Let me just get my card and like.
Yeah.
Go on a date. Arranged by Sid and Lost Marble without Elisha and Eggs knowing it's a date.
And with Sid and Marble like bushes.
Watching with like disguises.
I will do it. If Secret consents, I will do it.
Oh. I consent to that. If someone donates $50 within the next half hour.
Give them an hour. Come on.
Hour. Okay. If someone donates, if several people donate, so we're like, if we reach 800 within this evening, the next 2 hours,
my face hurts.
we'll do it. We'll do a one shot with Eggs and Elisha on a date.
Amazing thing.
With Lost Sid watching in the background.
Ugh,
I want it.
poor
Oh
Eggs.
god. There's going to be Hazel and Marble's talk show and then Eliza and Eggs' date. Just like all these spin-offs that are like...
What are the old
The dating game.
What are the old guys, the old Muppets who sit in the balcony? It'll be like that.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh, totally.
You know what my favorite part of that show was? The end! Oh!
Chaos everywhere.
I'm done.
Okay. Let's go back to the lying.
Statler and Waldorf.
That's
I'm
what
going
it
to
is, yeah.
ask, because you guys are standing out in the jungle. Is someone going to launch the Cookie Mansion?
Yeah.
Launch it.
Go, Cookie Mansion.
Go, Cookie Mansion!
We should just open it. Don't launch
Go,
it.
Cookie Mansion!
I launched it. No.
Launched it. There you go.
Mhm. You know,
Okay.
just for curiosity's sake, does it have to be a door, or can I make it like, on the ground, so you have to like jump in?
Why
Just
would
for
you-
spice.
Don't move the
We are
door. You know how jarring that
Don't
would be?
make things harder than it already is.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to like open the door from the ground and like jump in, and then you
Oh,
land on the
God.
floor or something. I don't know.
It's like Portal. You go through that way and suddenly you're on your feet.
God.
And like,
So, let's spend the last few minutes of the session letting you guys plan. And then we'll pick back up in a couple of weeks with that, because I want to give you guys that time. Hi, kitty cat. I want to give you... Hold on, I'll get her. I want to give you guys that time, so go... And without me interfering, so go right ahead.
so, dream, intimidate or deception.
No, try and be try and be nice. Like, say,
Persuasion,
Try to
deception.
be nice. Try and say just that we have the information that he wants. We can give him that information if he set my parents and Sid's crew member, let them go, and preferably also all the others, but those three are the important ones.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah, they're non-negotiable. They are going free.
His name is Godil, by the way.
Good to know. And that we also have
He's an
information.
idiot, but an excellent cook.
We also have an information about where his lost treasure is, and also please refer to him by his real name
Oh,
during
no,
this whole conversation.
Not
We have it
immediately.
written down.
That's a card in the back pocket, and then you slap him in the face with a surprise. You have to.
Oh yeah, do it like also name. We have the information about where your treasure is.
The Golden City. Okay, I can do. Yep. I can persuade, and then lie, and then Sid will murder a man on a boat when we're far away from here.
Yes. Also, question DM.
Yes.
In the sleep, like I can, like in dream, I can see the person. Can I then use my portent rolls?
Hold on just a second.
Yes, I don't think that's specified.
It's not.
Anywhere.
I would say yes, you could.
Then you have an 18 you can roll for your lying, and a 17 you can roll for your perception. Or the other way around.
God damn, that'd be. Wait. I mean, I have +7 on both, so.
Yeah, but you have 2 great rolls you can use. She doesn't say it out loud. This is Sigrid saying it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to like not metagame with these rolls.
That's
like
okay. It
They are on that like other level.
it is what it is.
But yeah.
It's hard to have a character that can see the future without that being outside of the game.
Metagaming pigeon. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Man, I have another short request. Oh, leader. Or is that not a thing anymore?
Oh, no,
Was that
fine.
only in the temple?
I mean, you're a ship captain, right?
Indeed.
I'm a
land captain.
soldier captain, yes. I mean,
I understand.
We don't have to call each other captain. Let's just
Captain.
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 What can I help you with?
If it is possible, I want you to ask the Imperialist about how he came to capture my crew member and if he had any assistance from someone doing it. And if so, I want the name of the person who helped him capture Godil.
You know what? I can certainly try.
That is a personal request from me. It's not as important as freeing everyone. But if it comes up, it would help me. And you are on the list now, so you do kind of owe me. So.
Eggs holds up the parchment at the bottom is scrawled, Dragon Man Narax. Yeah, you're on the list.
That is true.
There you go. Congratulations.
It is a kitty.
Well, you know what? I'll make you a deal.
Godspeed.
I will try and get those answers for you. I'm not saying he'll know. I'm not saying he'll tell me, but I can certainly try and get those answers for you. If you're Etch-a-Sketch Chimp, will finish the arm.
I mean, you'll have to make that deal with Pokey, of course. I don't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he would be happy to do that. He's been eyeing you. I think he would be quite eager to do that. He's always looking for new projects.
He can do it while Naraxis is streaming.
There you go.
That's true, yeah.
He holds out his little paw.
Giant hand. Very carefully.
Just sits on the table and waits for you.
By the way, guys, so while we were down in that maze thing, I found a little bit of gold.
Is that the box you're dragging around?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't going to ask. It seemed rude, but...
You know, we usually trade and such. Like, I have seen money, like a fair bit of money, but like I would assume it's like a lot of zeros. So yeah, so we have some gold if we need that in the plan.
I mean, he was going to pay us, so I think we'll be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Then we'll just take it.
Would you
Egg,
like
take
me
the
to put
box.
that gold in the bag?
No. That box is mine. Hands off.
How
I mean-
about we take the gold and you keep the box? That sounds fair
Nope.
to me.
No. I found the box. I carried the box. Mine.
I mean,
You are a
And the
tough
content-
negotiator.
I am.
in the interests of fairness, I suppose Sid is due some of the gold.
Well, but I found
How-
it.
How about we talk about that later? I think we have, and I don't often say that, I think we have more pressing issues than the treasure right now.
That is very true.
Character development.
So that's the plan then. We persuade and we lie and we exchange information for people and we leave, and what you do with him is up to you.
Oh, I have ideas.
Fun with
I'm sure you do.
Alright. So, we will end there. That is the plan. We will pick back up. What did we say? What date did we say? Oh no!
17th of April.
That's right.
No, 17th. 7th of April.
That's
7th of
Wednesday.
April.
Seven.
Wait a second. Yeah.
17th is a weekday.
It's a
That's not
Wednesday,
right.
yeah. So,
7th.
so in 2
So-
weeks, we've had to move the schedule around just a little bit due to other reasons, other things that people got going on. So yeah, we'll be back on April 7th, where we pick back up with this interesting plan. I am very proud of all of you for trying to at least attempt negotiation with this very, very delicate situation.
Well, I mean, blackmailing is a form of,
Violence.
Negotiation.
I guess, yeah.
It is. So we will
it's
see
a nice middle ground.
how this works. So we'll be back on April 7th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chris, you're going to come back in an hour or so?
Yep, maybe
Alright.
sooner. Go stretch, pee, eat some more, You know.
All right.
The classic.
eat some lunch. The usual,
normal stuff. So Chris will be playing some video games here in a little bit. We will be hosting his Twitch channel on ours, Small Terrible Dragonborn. Sorry, that is my Ring doorbell constantly going off because my husband's going in and out of the house. And then we have our final game tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, The Crypts of Azaroom, with Blake, Becca from the Dice Girls, woo woo, and Gwen. So please join us for that. Thank you. We are at 760.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, we love and adore all of you. I would love to see us get to 1,000, but it's a stretch goal. The 750 giveaway will go active as soon as we sign off here. I will get that up. Please enter. You guys really just have to retweet and follow the couple of Twitter accounts. One of them is always us, at terrible_party, to get entered. It's super easy. It takes 30 seconds. Sigrid is keeping track of all of this for us. Giveaways will close, we'll say tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. So that's when we'll shut that off. So if you don't get entered by then, you're out of luck. So get entered. Yes.
And if I'm holding you to this now, Haley.
Uh-oh.
If we reach $800
Okay.
within 2 hours from now,
Okay.
me and Haley and possibly Sam and Julia will do a one-shot where Eggs and Eilissia
do
are
it.
going on a date that Marble and Sid is setting up without them knowing.
Yep. We'll do it. We'll totally improv it. We'll do a
Yes.
special session just for that. that will stream. It'll probably be
And that's
at a
only
different
only
time.
$40 away. So it's like
Right.
if we get $40
Yeah.
within 2 hours,
Right.
it's possible, right?
I think it's
That's
totally
fair.
possible. So let's fucking do it. All right, guys, we're gonna sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for going on this journey with us. These guys we've been together for a year and a half. This is incredible to me. And I owe all of these guys everything. So thank you so very much. We love all of you. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.